Amazing. Anything else smart you wanna add into the
Hello
quotation?
there.
Hello, Alastis. Hi. Today we are playing some World of Warcraft. Specifically, I am targeting all Lorewalking stories that are available right now, and we're going to go through them one by one on my main character to capture them and to make actually video of them, because I want to cover these things. Blizzard, they made sure they're going to add those into the game to recapitulate or make a recapitulation of some of the crucial lore points of World of Warcraft that happened over the years. Currently, there should be a lot of Void-related stuff about Ethereals, about Xalatat, and also about Lich King for whatever reason. I don't know how Lich King fits into the quote equation, but you know, probably he probably doesn't. He probably is there mostly because it is one of the most well-known and successful stories that we have in World of Warcraft so far. Like, people love Lich King, people love Arthas. Hello, Crazy, how are you doing today? You are just in time to join me on exploring World of Warcraft Lorewalking.
Hello.
So,
Farewell.
what recap stories can you tell me? Arati bartender shelves. Who's screaming at me? Hello, Danny, how are you doing? So this is War Within. Arati bartender's shelf. So we're actually going to get some housing items if we go through with this one. This is the new one that they added. What our boy Lorewalking has? He added Elves of Quel'Thalas. Maybe I should have played a Blood Elf actually to be more thematic. We will start at the beginning. So we will start with the Lich King himself. And after that, we will go for Xalatat, Ethereals, and we will finish up with Elves of Quel'Thalas. They shouldn't be too long, but going through all of them isn't going to be like too short either. I was making an experiment to actually be able to see how much levels you can get if you play these stories. It wasn't much. I was like low level. I gained like 5 levels max per one of these stories, and then some little reward on the end. But yeah, how are you doing, Perry? Welcome, welcome. So, ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, I give you the story of the Lich King, which is the most favorite stories of World of Warcraft history, because like people love Arthas, right? He's well known. He has been known since Warcraft 3 strategy games, and like everybody probably knows who Lich King is at this point. So this is the story of the Lich King. Arthas Menethil. It is said that when he was born, the very forest of Lordaeron whispered his name. But did the forest of his youth know what he would eventually grow and become?
Every good story. I must warn you, friend. This is not a tale for the faint of heart. The Lich King. A figure so horrible that his very legacy defies remembrance. Perhaps we should recall instead the prince who had yet to become king. Eyes open. Always be learning. my tale, friend.
Is it going? Everything done before the new game? Not exactly. Right now, what I'm doing is I want to go through these stories of Lorewalking and have them documented. You know, that's what we are doing.
Hello. Jade
So
Serpent guide you.
let's continue with this one. Prince will be a king. Okay, let's
How
talk
does
with you.
today find you?
Who was the Lich King then?
Every
Tell us.
good story needs a hero.
Must have bugged out or something.
There you are, lad. We've been waiting for you. Well met.
So Uther, the OG paladin, says it's a big day, lad. We've got a parade of troops, a visiting contingent from Ironforge, and I hear word of your father, King Terenas, will be there to oversee everything. It's days like today that you've been forged for, Arthas. Inspire your men, prove yourself, whip these troops into shape. No doubt Muradin has been itching for brawl as well. Spar with the troops in the Lordaeron garrison.
Seek justice.
Let's
not
get to it.
vengeance.
So here we are, in the garrison. This is a tale about how Arthas became paladin, or rather, how he was trained to fight. It is said in one of the novels, if I remember correctly, that he was kind of a little bit astonished when he first met Varian. And when he did meet Varian, he realized how well trained in combat and strategy, and basically how seriously Varian takes his duties. And that was the point where Arthas started to work on himself as well. In terms of combat, he joined the Paladins, all of those. This was even before the events of Warcraft 3, right? So let's spar with these guys. How do I do that?
What are your orders? See you around.
Okay. So we can stun him and bong him with the hammer, or we can do mega bong as our ability. Simple enough. I'll be feeling that tomorrow. All right. Train 6 soldiers. All right.
Be careful.
Speak with Jaina and speak with Uther. These are optional.
I need a tarp.
Dude, my trinkets work even if I'm in this shapeshift form. That's interesting.
The light shines upon us.
Uther, may I have a word? There's been something on my mind.
When has that ever not been the case? Speak up then.
I've trained hard as a Knight of the Silver Hand, done my best to be a Paladin of the Light, but I'm still also Prince of Lordaeron. And one day, I'll be king. What happens if, at some point, those two duties conflict with each other? Which one wins?
Ha. Well, I know much of knighthood and little of royalty. But I do know what it's like to stand at a crossroads. My advice to you is this. All you can do is look down the paths in front of you and do your best to see what lies ahead. Only then can you decide which path will best serve your people in the end. For that is the duty of both Prince and Paladin.
Look down the path and see what lies ahead? That's your great advice?
I can impart many a lesson, my boy, but experience will always be the better teacher. Now go on. Your future awaits.
I think if we think about this from a little bit of perspective, I think Uther is actually partially at fault at how Arthas ultimately end up. Because he did, we will see this in this video, he will end up picking up the sword that is cursed. And the sword the Frostmourne, iconic sword of this game, of this universe, of this lore, and we know how it ends up, right? But maybe if he did have better teachers, it would be a little bit more different in its outcome. And I'm saying partially because, of course, you cannot blame Uther for everything bad that Arthas has done, but he certainly could have been brought onto a different path. Again, if I take the comparison with Varian, as I was saying before, we see that Varian, even despite all of the hardships, he grew into the strong man who ultimately sacrificed his life for the Alliance, for the Azeroth, in a glorious battle, after leading for years and years his kingdom with a firm hand. But Varian was great. Arthas, not so much. With that said, where is actually Jaina? Let's talk to Jaina. Let's see what Jaina has to say. Oh, it's a Muradin in here, so Jaina is over there, I presume. This is a really slow burn. Like these trainings takes ages.
It's good to see you.
This is when she is apprentice. Look how different she looks compared to how she looks now. But this is a great tribute to how she did look during the strategy games.
Back to...
Jaina, what are you doing here?
I'm sorry. I didn't mean to interrupt your training.
Why are you hiding away back here?
I didn't want to distract you. I just wanted a little break.
They put too much pressure on you in Dalaran.
I could say the same for you. They expect so much of you.
Come visit.
What?
Come see me. My family and my kingdom. Take a real break.
You're right. I should. I will.
Care to stay longer today?
I can't, but... seeing you was enough.
These were good old days, huh? When he was... Look at this handsome boy, like the textures from like expansions 16 years ago or so. They could have improved their looks, to be perfectly honest. At this point, the Warcraft 3 Reforged has better Arthas model than Arthas in World of Warcraft currently. Because all of the humans have been revamped somewhere around Warlords of Draenor and only improved until then. Now,
Good to see you, Commander.
we have this, which is a little bit better than the original human models, but you cannot compare. And the hair is atrocious. I feel like Blizzard could have been a little bit more careful. This is the most iconic guy of the World of Warcraft. I think he's up there with Illidan. Like the Illidan and the Lich King, those are like the two iconic nemesis from the World of Warcraft. And they portrayed him like this. Now obviously, when we will see him in his armor, it's going to be a little bit different. But come on.
For the Alliance.
Let me just beat up 3 more soldiers really quickly.
Orders, Commander. See you later. What are your orders?
Okay. There we go. There we go. Maybe it's dated so people will see how much it improved. That's copium, rather. They were just lazy to upgrade his model. They were like, we do have a model in the game, we're gonna put it in here. People know it. He is a unique model, by the way. It is not... No human ever looked like this. And even the animations are a little bit different than the standard human. Look at Muradin right here. This is reworked dwarf. He looks a little bit different than Muradin as we know him now, but still.
Show me what you've got.
Muradin also played a crucial story when Arthas was actually in the Northrend. Okay.
Good shot. Uther trained you well, Arthas.
I don't think
Proud boy.
Arthas should have won here. I think Gimli. I'm not Gimli. I mean,
Come, my son.
it's a little bit racist if I call every dwarf Gimli, huh? I mean, Muradin should have won here, straight up. Okay. Let's continue.
Lordaeron looks to
Look
us.
at him. This is his father. We know him from the cutscene in the end of the Ice Crown Citadel. He also has not really upgraded model, but it's much better looking than whatever this is. Well done, my son. I heard the soldiers from all the way over here. Sounds like you gave them a lesson in humility. And the way you handled Muradin, but of course, you were born for this.
Go.
As both prince and paladin, Arthur's placed the future of his kingdom above all else. Then, one day, a terrible plague beset Lordaeron, one that turned its victims into the undead.
Please continue your story. Maybe what happened next? There we go. A royal escort. Apothecary Arthas to determine the fate of Stradholm. Right. This is basically a simplified version of one of the dungeons that we can go to in Caverns of Time. The culling of Stradholm was iconic even back in the strategy game. Basically what happened was that in the city, the Mal'Ganis, the Demon Lord, and some of his undead troops, because the undead were serving the Burning Legion, which is kind of funny, but we get to that later. They smuggled a lot of grain crates into the city, except some of these grain crates were infested with a plague that basically started killing people, and these people did not stay dead. So you have zombie infestation. It already happened in a couple of cities or settlements, and Arthas knows about this. So he gets to the city and he has to decide what is going to be happening next.
Turn up eventually.
Yeah, the economy there wasn't interesting. Hey, stop rooting around in my cellar. Clear out. Okay, sure. Whatever you say. The way you get in here throughout the World of Warcraft itself is that you go back in time in Caverns of Time. So that's why you are able to re-experience these events. And the reason why we were here originally in, I think these has been added, was it in Cataclysm, was it in Lich King, was it in Burning Crusade? I'm pretty sure they weren't here in Vanilla. Oh, I'm not actually sure. Either way, the reason is that Infinite Dragonflight, the spin of Bronze Dragonflight, were trying to change the history. The problem with that is that they are misled by the old gods, because whenever you change some key point of the history, it would always inevitably lead to old gods winning or some other catastrophic results. Okay, let's ride to the city. I hope nobody minds that since I have this human disguise, I'm riding a dragon. I presume it wasn't very common for a prince bodyguard to ride a dragon. I'm too lazy to go and fetch the horse. I wonder how much of this dungeon we are actually going to be experiencing in this mini scenario. We'll see. Also, this is a unique opportunity to see Stradholm and what we call Plaguelands nowadays, to how it looked like before it was just a normal, like, Elven Forest kind of esque looking location. It's looking nice, to be honest. Right. I guess now we wait. Or maybe we just go in. Give me my scouting Otuk. This thing is so cute. And they also swim fast too. What would happen? I can't see the channel points anymore. I'm not sure, Crazy. This is really weird. I don't know. I don't know what we are doing right now. Don't tell me that right here on stream my freaking quest got bugged. I don't need to be in the city right now. Accompany Arthas as he determines the fate of Stradholm. That's great. Where is Arthas? No, really, where is he? Well, are we playing Vermin's Meat? I don't know. We will eventually. Not today, Crazy. I have a couple of scenarios I want to record. That's why I'm streaming today. I want to go through all of the stories in the Lorewalking. But it seems like this one kind of bugged out.
Greetings.
Tell me more about Undead Stronghold. Let's ask about Undead Plague. The Plague of Undead, a source of so much pain and suffering, it rose to prominence as a weapon during the Third War. The Lich King spread the disease to the human settlements of Lordaeron via shipments of tainted grain. Those who consumed the grain would then become infected and after their death would rise again as a cursed undead. But it was far worse than that. As undead, these feral zombies could then be controlled by the Lich King, becoming part of his army of monstrous scourge. Mindless and with no memory of their former lives, they razed Lordaeron, killing anything that stood in their path, including former friends and loved ones.
Eyes open. Always be learning.
Stradholm was the second largest city in the kingdom of Lordaeron, and it was where the Order of the Silver Hand was initially founded. It was an important town, both due to its size and its position as a port city. It was also the city closest to the elven kingdom of Keltalas. Unfortunately, its size also made it a ripe target for the Lich King's plans. So many citizens gathered in one location, a sizable population just waiting to be turned to undead. No wonder the city was stricken by the plague. The Lich King wanted to expand the armies, after all.
Tread lightly.
Melganis. Brrr. The creature was one of the 5 Dreadlords who were sent by the Burning Legion to serve as jailers of the Lich King. They were meant to keep the Lich King in check, and to ensure the plague of undead spread as it was supposed to, weakening Azeroth's population in the process. Melganis initially led the Scourge forces in Lordaeron, When the Lich King chose the Prince Arthas as suitable champion to his cause, Melganis helped concoct a plan to lead Arthas to Northrend. There, a Dreadblade and an even more dreadful fate awaited the prince.
Every good story needs a hero.
I'm a little lost. Where does this pass? Okay. Maybe he will teleport me somewhere close. What do I need to do here? There is no one to talk with. And it seems that
What brings you here?
the Arthas is not here. So that's kind of a bummer. Maybe I should have talked with the Chromie. Let's exit this.
For listening to my tale, friend.
This is embarrassing, really. Blizzard couldn't code this right.
How does today find you?
Let's continue.
Eyes open. Always be learning. Tread lightly.
There we go. Maybe it will be fixed now. It should be. So again, royal escort. Maybe if I talk to Chromie. Maybe if I talk to Chromie now, she will tell me something important. So Chromie, you've come just in the nick of time. Why have I been sent back to this particular place and time? Infinite Dragonflight is attempting to alter the destiny of Prince Antas Manitil. You know him now as a Lich King, but here and now he was still a Prince of Lordaeron trying to do what was best for his kingdom. Arthas makes a very fateful choice today, leading to something we keepers of time call an inflection point, in the timeline. What was the decision? Arthas gave the order to call the Stradholm, killing every single human within its walls. He discovered evidence that the scourge has infected the city with the insidious plague, and then the disease doesn't just kill people. Those who die to this plague rise up as mindless zombies, further fueling the scourge war machine. So how does the Infinite Dragonflight plan to interfere? The Infinite is sounding something... Yeah. Now we get to go destroying the crates. It should be much clearer in this indication. Where is my Arcane Disruptor? There we go. There we go.
It's still recharging.
Like people who played this game for a long time probably know this. If you were a new player and jump into this Lorewalking, you would be completely lost. You would have to go outside to like a wiki or WoWhead or something like that and find this for yourself, which really isn't ideal. If this was any other game, I would probably quit. And it's kind of ironic, because if you think about it, these Lorewalking are also meant for the new players, mostly because new players will, this way they will get the recap of what was going on. Okay. So Chromie is now saying that I should go talk to her in front of Stradholm.
It's like meeting again for the first time. Take care of yourself out there.
Now we're gonna go talk. Jaina is here. And Arthas is running from the Stradholm. Good. We are getting somewhere.
Glad you could make it, Uther.
Watch your tone with me, boy. You may be the prince, but I'm still your superior as a paladin.
As if I could forget. Listen, Uther. There's something about the plague you should know. Oh no. We're too late. These people have all been infected. They may look fine now, but it's just a matter of time before they turn into the undead.
China looks a little different here.
Must be purged.
How can you even consider that? There's got to be some other way.
Damn it, Uther. As your future king, I order you to purge this city.
You are not my king yet, boy. Nor would I obey that command even if you were.
Then I must consider this an act of treason.
Treason? Have you lost your mind, Arthas?
Have I? Lord Uther, by my right of succession and the sovereignty of my crown, I hereby relieve you of your command and suspend your paladins from service.
Arthas, you can't just...
It's done. Those of you who have the will to save this land, follow me. The rest of you, get out of my sight.
This right here, by the way. The Uther and his paladins,
Crossed a terrible threshold.
they just leave.
Jaina?
I'm sorry, Arthas. I can't watch you do this.
This is another bad decision from Uther, because he just leaves. He is not willing to purge the city, as the Arthas is suggesting, but he also doesn't do anything to help those people, or to stop Arthas.
Take position here, and I will lead a
So-
small force inside Stratholme to begin the culling. We must contain and purge the infected for the sake of all of Lordaeron.
Okay, we need to enter the Stadholm and talk to Arthas. I guess we are just redoing the whole dungeon. I kinda hope this is going to be a little bit sped up version. This Lorewalking story is kind of a drag, to be honest.
A small sacrifice for the greater good.
Yes, are you ready to do whatever must be done to protect Lordaeron? Yes, my prince, we are ready. The reason why my character looks like this and not like an elf.
These people are all infected with the plague and will die soon. We must purge Stratholme to protect the remainder of Lordaeron from the scourge. Let's go.
Because this is time, basically time diving. We are going back to time and experiencing it. Being a night elf in here at this point of time would be suspicious. So whenever you are a race that isn't fitting, you are gonna get transformed into a human. I think dwarves are also allowed, but I'm not completely sure.
A clean death.
Okay. So we started the purge.
Just the beginning.
What happened in strategy game
This is the beginning. I've been waiting
was
for
that you did have to
Prince.
kill enemies and kill citizens before this guy got his hands on them and turned them into zombies. Winning condition was kill more zombies than Melganis. I mean, kill more citizens than Melganis created zombies.
Until the flame of life has been snuffed out.
I won't allow it, Mal'Ganis. Better that these people die by my hand than serve as your slaves in death.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Mal'Ganis will send out some of his scourge minions to interfere with us. Those of you with the strongest skill and magic shall go forth and destroy them. I will lead the rest of my forces in purging Stratholme of the infected.
Could the people of Stratholme have been cured and saved? We
Good.
may never know.
We don't have to do the dungeon.
Arthas was unwilling to risk the rest of the kingdom. All he could offer was a clean death and swift vengeance.
Lordaeron will be saved.
Are you ready to face Melganis with me? I'm ready to battle the Dreadlord, sire.
Mal'Ganis will pay for this. I can't afford to spare you.
This will be a fine test, Prince of
Can't afford to spare.
That was quick. That was quick.
and meet me in the Arctic land of Northrend. It is there that we shall settle the score between us. It is there that your true destiny.
I'll hunt you to the ends of the earth if I have to. Do you hear me? To the ends of the earth! You performed well this day. Anything that Mal'Ganis has left behind is yours. Take it as your reward.
Okay. We actually got loot. Amazing. 371
Did
wrists.
not relent in his pursuit of
Can't
Mal'Ganis.
afford to spare you.
He would deliver retribution for what the Dreadlord had done, and for what Mal'Ganis had forced him to do in return.
Alright.
Greetings.
Let's proceed with the story. What happened after the Stradholm? Let's ask that.
Jade Serpent guide you. Few survived the expedition to Northrend. Restless ghosts haunted those forlorn shores long afterward.
So now we are in the Northrend. Spoopy is saying, I was just defending World of Warcraft Honor because Crazy said she wouldn't play World of Warcraft. It's fine. It's fine. Sorry guys, I'm not interacting too much with you. Today I'm trying to tell the story in a coherent way. Right? If you have the question about the lore, however, feel free to ask. I will try to answer to the best of my abilities. I know quite a bit about the game. You know, I'm not noble level, but I know a thing or two. This is why we're doing these Lorewalking quests, to learn even more.
Greetings.
So we're talking with Auric Trueheart. The toxins in the Murkweed elixir will render you conscious. So powerful is the effect of the Murkweed that even your spirit will be fooled, allowing you to temporarily enter the world of the dead. Once a spirit, you must speak to the ghostly denizens of the Forgotten Shore. Seek out the cause of their anguish and return to me. Remember, these spirits were once Alliance soldiers. Treat them with respect, honor, and dignity. Now, with the elixir in hand, venture south to the Forgotten Shore.
Farewell to you.
Right. So, we are going to learn about the Doomed Expedition. Separate the soul from the body for a short time, only usable at the Forgotten Shore. We are not in the Forgotten Shore yet. But we can fly there, I think. I think everything is friendly, by the way. Well, not friendly, but like neutral. Which is interesting. Okay. Now I'm a ghost. Let's investigate. Forgotten Rifleman. I don't know what could be taking the young prince so long, but I don't think we can hold out for much longer. The cult is getting to some of the soldiers. I'm sure Altras will be back any day now, soldier. Keep your chin up.
Off with you.
So Rifleman is questioning. Now we need to question the peasant, knight, and the footman. So footman is right here.
What can I do for you?
We'll never get these ships ready in time. The winter comes, and with it our doom. I fear that the young prince has damned us all. I'm sure everything will work out, footman. Yeah, I can see that he's a ghost.
For the Alliance.
So far this implies that he left them behind with their ships and all. He was doing some pretty rough stuff in Northman. Can we just appreciate this forgotten peasant, this guy who is just working shirtless to build this dock in this freaking cold. We are in the Northrend. It's probably the most cold. It's right here. It's the most north you can go. Is the land called Northrend. It's the most cold like continent or island in the whole known World of Warcraft. And this dude is just hammering it shirtless. What a guy. If it weren't for those damn beasts burning our ships, we'd have been home by now. Now leave me alone so I can get to work. Sorry to bother you, friend. Carry on. So they are talking about burned ships. They didn't tell us who burned the ships. So it goes like this. As the Arthas pressed forward, and his men were low on courage and they didn't want to continue because the quest after Milganis was kind of doomed. Arthas instead pushed forth with his most loyal soldiers, and he found out that they are mercenaries to hire. So he hired mercenaries, and these mercenaries, they were like various bunch. They were like trolls, Taurans, whatever. Basically, mostly like trolls and other races. What Arthas did when he used these mercenaries for his like reasoning, and he wanted to prevent his men retreating, going back to the ships, he ordered the mercenaries to burn the ships. Which he did, and then they burned and destroyed the ships. Then he returned to his men here, and he told them that the mercenaries did it. And he didn't mention that they were mercenaries, he just said they were like these hideous creatures did it. So his men turned into mercenaries and killed every single one of them. And with no way back, there was no other option than to follow Arthas and see the quest through. So that's what happened. Arthas was, at this point, he was kind of an asshole. He's gonna become even bigger asshole later, but yeah. Now we need to find a knight. If I was a knight, where would I be? I would probably be somewhere riding a horse. So maybe somewhere in the open. We see one of them around? Not really. Oh, there is one.
Can I help you?
Despite the hardships we have to go through in this wasteland, I believe that the young prince will see us to victory. I pray each night for his safety. I must be going now, soldier. Stay vigilant.
See you around.
So, that's all of it. Now we know what happened. Let's go deliver the quest to the dwarf.
Hello. See ya around.
Oric's eyes fill with tears. They don't know, none of them know. They think Arthas to be some great hero, when in truth it was Arthas who ordered the ships to be burned. See, that's what I said. It was Arthas who left us all for dead in this frozen wasteland. Oric weeps. Not all the soldiers from Prince's fleet perished in the freezing winter. I was only a lad when I was given the chance to battle the Scourge to save our home from certain destruction. I took that chance.
Goodbye.
Zelik gave this crystal bar to me years ago with a specific instruction on its use. For 5 years, whenever I would feel anger, anxiety or sorrow over the events that transpired here, I was to focus my thoughts upon the orb. I now understand why Zelik gave this crystal to me. Take the crystalline orb to the Forgotten Shore. Find the ruins of my old base on the upper reaches of the beach and place the orb in the center of town. Let the Forgotten see the world through my heart and soul.
See ya around.
Okay. Sure, let's do that. So the dwarf survived the Northrend expedition. I mean, there were a couple of survivors. For example, Muradin was lost too, but we eventually saved him. Muradin is the king of the dwarves. For the longest time in World of Warcraft, we did have his brother Magni as the king of Ironforge and king of all dwarves, but eventually we found Muradin in the North End during the Wrath of Lich King expansion, and ever since, Muradin Bronzebeard is once again on the throne. Because I can barely see that. You can barely see that? Okay, don't worry about it. I will just read it for you. It's not a big screen, I don't know. Couple of inches. 17, 18, 19, I don't know, I don't remember. Anyway, here we go. Let's use the orb. Look alive, lads. Today might be the day we leave this cursed land. Oh, sweet Ironforge, how I missed you.
What brings you to this desolate place? By royal edict, you men are to return to Lordaeron immediately. Lord Uther has convinced the king to recall this expedition.
We're to just pick up and leave?
That's correct. My men report that the roads from here to the shore are held by the undead.
You'll need to find an alternate route back to your ships.
To hell with the undead. We'll cut our way through the woods, men.
Captain, why are the guards not at their posts?
Well, my lord, your father had our troops recalled at Lord Uther's request.
Uther had my troops recalled? Damn it! If my warriors abandon me, I'll never defeat Mal'Ganis. The ships must be burned before the men reach the shore.
Isn't that a bit much, lad?
Right.
Burned down to their frames. No one goes home until our job here is done.
You lied to your men and betrayed the mercenaries who fought for you. What's happening to you, Arthas? Is vengeance all that's important to you?
Spare me, Muradin. You weren't there to see what Mal'Ganis did to my homeland.
Right, so we freed the souls. We can go back to the dwarf now. I remember that Muradin, even despite this, Muradin stick with Arthas. He had his own like dwarves scattered around on different expedition. Eventually, Muradin will be lost though.
How do you do it?
The crucial point will be when you start seeing Arthas not wielding a hammer and wielding the sword, but I guess we are going to get to that. Auric beams a smile at you. You did a good thing this day. Hundreds of lost souls are now redeemed, thanks to you.
Farewell to you.
You have honored me and honored the memory of hundreds of Alliance veterans. Zelik was wise sending you here. Please return to him and give him my thanks. He will be happy to hear that the events have transpired here in Forgotten Shore. I do not have the gift of foresight like Zealot, but I am certain that the great things await you, friend. Farewell.
Goodbye.
Return to Zelik Visionary at the Dragon Blind. Winterguard Keep, Dragon Blind. It's over here. Okay, let's go. Right. I think we pretty much know what happened. I think Cho should like push the story forward at this point, but digress. Zelik's mine. It is I who owe you a debt of gratitude. Hero, Auric is like brother to me. You have changed his life and given renewed hope to countless of others. Okay, I need to choose my reward. What the... Okay, this is more expensive. Let's take this one.
See you later.
Perfect, perfect. Learn about Doomed Expedition. Okay. They have labeled the cave as Frostmourne Cavern. Why the Scarlet Onslaught is interested in such things is unknown. But by the look of things, the area surrounding the cave is heavily guarded. Nonetheless, we must proceed. Take the Scrying Orb and travel north out of town and then northwest towards the Scarlet Point. Make your way into the cave and battle your way to the bottom. Once there, use the orb. Return there with what you discover. It is called the Frostmourne Cave. Or Frostmourne Cavern for a reason, right? Now, Frostmourne is probably one of the most powerful swords in World of Warcraft. We are not counting the sword that is currently in Silithus, right? There is no sword actually in Silithus. But yeah, Frostmourne was basically the blade of the Lich King. And what it did, it was able to consume souls of the living and turning them into undead straight away, and drawing power from these souls, and also controlling the undead. Basically, Necromancer wand, right? I flow a little bit too far here. I forgot how fast these things are nowadays. It should be... Is this the entrance? It should be. Okay. There we go. Okay, everything is friendly, so we don't actually have to battle. We can just run through. This is fine by me. I guess if you were actually leveling in Northrend, it would be a little bit different, but what we see here is like a hammer and an axe, which belong to the Muradin, and then we see the hammer of the Arthas. There was something in here. Let's use the scrying orb and see what transpired here. And there he is. Beautiful, beautiful Frostmourne. Such a marvel. Such a marvelous sword. I would like this sword as a transmogrification. Frost Death Knights in Legion got something similar, but it's not really the same. The artifact weapon that Frost Death Knights are using actually in Legion, or were using in Legion, was actually reforged out of shards of Frostmourne. The blade was so powerful that just its shards embedded into new blades were still gave you one of the most powerful twin swords in the whole Azeroth. So anyway, the walls of Frostmourne Cavern shudder and shake. Okay, but there we go.
Behold, Muradin, our salvation, Frostmourne.
Halt, lad. There's an inscription on the dais. It's a warning. It says, whomsoever takes up this blade shall wield the power eternal. Just as the blade rends flesh, so must power scar the spirit. Oh, I should have known. The blade is cursed. Let's get the hell out of here.
I would gladly bear any curse to save my homeland.
Well, nobody tell him.
Forget this business and lead your men home.
Damn the men! Nothing shall prevent me from having my revenge, old friend. Not even you. Now, I call out to the spirits of this place. I will give anything, or pay any price. You will help me save my people.
There goes Muradin. There are a couple of things I want to say. Two things after this cutscene is over. So as we can see here, Muradin says like, oh my head, where am I? Who am I? So he lost his memory. That's why he didn't return. So what transpired here? The first things first. As we saw, the Frostmourne here, the Frostmourne, the Cursed Blade, whatever you call it, the Blade of the Lich King. The Arthas was basically gaslit by Melganis. They were leading him here on purpose. They wanted him to take this sword. And what is funny that with this sword, not even demons were safe against Arthas. As we can see, he actually did kill Melganis. And when you kill a demon in World of Warcraft, the demon actually returns, their soul returns to the Twisting Nether, which is the World of Warcraft universe version of Cosmos, or the universe. And they are reborn on their home planet, which was the whole point of the Legion, where we were stopping this reborning process. But with Frostmourne, the souls were captured, so it is very possible. I think that it is actually what happened, is that when the Melganis was slain with his blade, he wasn't able to return as a soul to the Twisting Nether. Therefore he was unable to be reborn. He was trapped in the blade and basically used as fuel. So that's one thing. The other thing, in the strategy game, when you get to this point, the blade was actually embedded, I think it was in ice or something like this. Maybe it looked similar like this, can't tell. It's years and years ago that I played the strategy game. However, when Arthas yanks it out, there is an explosion and it freezes Muradin in place, and basically you think that because of this explosion you think that the dwarf is dead. Later, in the Wrath of the Lich King expansion to World of Warcraft, we find out that Muradin actually is not dead. We just seen here. He lost his memory. The iron dwarfs. I think they're iron dwarfs, or is it some different kind of dwarfs? Basically, they're like these dwarfs that are serving the titans. They are not infected by quote-unquote curse of flesh, which is basically what makes mortals mortals, because a lot of the mortal races begin as titanic constructs that were later infected by the curse of flesh, and that's why they are basically human, flesh and blood, right? They are no longer constructs. This goes for dwarves, for gnomes, for humans. I think elves are exceptions, but we don't know how these were, like how these came to be. It doesn't matter. Muradin basically finds shelter, and as you are questing during Wrath of Lich King, you actually discover him, and we are eventually able to like make him remember his memories again, and that's how he returns to be the King of Ironforge. So until Wrath of Lich King, the King of Ironforge was Magni. Now it is Muradin again, and still is. Magni then had a different role to play, but it doesn't belong in this thing. Anyway, now we found out what happened, how the Frostmourne was found, and basically the second Arthas picked up the Frostmourne, his fate was sealed. He started his journey to become full-blown Lich King. In the strategy games, he was regarded as a Death Knight class, but in reality was that he was aiming to be a Lich King. Not because he would want to, but because the sword was telling him to go and find the Lich King crown and basically become a king. Which was fitting, since he was a prince, so he did think that he should be a king, right? Anyway.
Good day to you.
Muradin lives. Could it be? I must notify King Bronzebeard at once. I need to consult the orb. There must be more information somewhere. Okay. Perfect. And there we go. Cho is taking us to another adventure.
Tread lightly.
Cho has grown silent. Wow, that's interesting.
Every good story needs a hero.
No king rules forever.
Eyes open.
What makes a king? Is it the crown? Is it the sharpness of his sword? The coldness of his heart? Perhaps the undying servitude of his people? Just as it is difficult to say when a sapling becomes a tree or a mountain becomes a hill, so too is difficult to know when exactly Arthas Menethil passed into memory and the Lich King was born. Where do we draw the line between man and a monster? Listen to the story of the Lich King. Okay.
Farewell.
There we go. The second quest, this one should be the final one in this particular story. Is everything alright?
Frostmourne changed Arthas. No longer was he a paladin of the light, but a knight in the service of death. But the people of Lordaeron were none the wiser. His homecoming was met with roses and ringing bells. It ended with betrayal and blood.
Ah, my son. You no longer need to sacrifice for your people. You no longer need to bear the weight of your crown. I've taken care of everything.
What is this? What are you doing, my son?
Succeeding you, father.
So this is how Arthas dealt with his father when he finally returned back from Outland. People were celebrating him as a hero as he came back to the city, because he did kill Milganis and he was kind of successful. But little did they know that he brought the plague and undead and this twisted soul of his with him back. And the first thing he done when he stepped into the throne room was that he actually murdered his father, took his crown, and began the biggest scourge invasion that Lordaeron or Azeroth Kingdom ever seen. Was Arthas truly lost?
fair for a man who had lived so strongly, had loved and fought so fearlessly. Arthas had fallen as far as he once climbed.
The animation...
To Northrend, Arthas continued his descent into damnation, and his ascent to the Frozen Throne.
The animation of Arthas killing his father was great. They could have done it in the better way. Maybe in any sort of, like a throne room. Maybe teleport us into the Lordaeron for a while and put a flare. I don't know. I am missing a crucial point in here. He already has the Lich King mask. The whole point of the strategy game was Arthas getting to the Ice Crown Citadel and getting this Lich King helmet and getting it on himself. And that is when he truly became the Lich King. But they kind of skipped this passageway. Ice-Sky lies before you, waiting. Frostmourne bids you, ascend. Banish your memories. So he's just...
No! You monster!
So murdering Jaina too? Well, he's killing his memories, right?
Reason. Mind, Arthas.
And the last one is the memory of his father.
Hello, my son.
Arthas, my son, the crown weighs heavily upon your head. You shall learn in time, the wind howls in your ears, that no king rules forever.
Was Arthas truly gone? Did only the Lich King remain? It is not for me to say. But Jaina Proudmoore refused to lose hope that the man she once loved was truly lost.
Hello. Eyes open.
In the glacial mountains of Icecrown, Jaina braved the Lich King's sanctum on a desperate quest for the truth.
What is that? Up ahead. Could it be? Heroes at my side.
Grew bigger. That's what she said. Okay, I'm going, Jaina, I'm going. I was just admiring that beautiful blade.
I can't stay for long.
Frostmourne, the blade that destroyed our kingdom. Can you remove the sword?
I hope we can speak again soon. Frostmourne, the blade that destroyed our kingdom. Stand back! Touch that blade and your soul will be scarred for all eternity. I must attempt to commune with the spirits locked away within Frostmourne. Give me space. Back up, please.
You can hear the wailing of hundreds of souls trapped within the blade as Jaina opened it up with magic.
Uther! Dear Uther! I'm so sorry.
Jaina, you haven't much time. The Lich King sees what the sword sees. He will be here.
Arthas is here?
No, girl. Arthas is not here. Arthas is merely a presence within the Lich King's mind. A dwindling presence.
But Uther, if there's any hope of reaching Arthas, I must try.
Jaina, listen to me. You must destroy the Lich King. You cannot reason with him. He will kill you and your allies and raise you all as powerful soldiers of the Scourge.
Tell me how, Uther. How do I destroy my prince?
Snap out of it, girl. You must destroy the Lich King at the place where he merged with Ner'zhul. Atop the spire, at the frozen throne. It is the only way.
You're right, Uther. Forgive me. I don't know what got a hold of me. We will deliver this information to the king and the knights that battle the Scourge within Icecrown Citadel.
There is something else that you should know about the Lich King. Control over the Scourge must never be lost. Even if you were to strike down the Lich King, another would have to take his place. For without the control of its master, the Scourge would run rampant across the world, destroying all living things. A grand sacrifice by a noble soul.
Who could bear such a burden?
I do not know, Jaina. I suspect that the piece of Arthas that might be left inside the Lich King is all that holds the Scourge from annihilating Azeroth.
Then maybe there is still hope.
No, Jaina! He is coming. You... Silence, Paladin. So, you wish to commune with the dead. You shall have your wish. Ulrich, Marwyn, bring their corpses to my chamber when you are through.
As you wish, my lord.
The fact that
Soldiers of Lordaeron, rise to meet your master's call.
okay. Oh, that's
You
that.
won't deny me this, Arthas. I must know. I must find out.
Archmage Corain, alright. Now what are we doing? Oh, I cannot go with her, alright. Good. I always thought it as a massive plot hole. That like there must always be a Lich King, because otherwise, you know, I'm not buying that. Without the Lich King there would be no more undead created. Not in this kind of scale. And at this point we did beat literally gods. We would be able to defend ourselves, but I guess for the plot's sake they needed to put new Lich King on the place. What's the name of the new guy who is sitting there? Not even Lich King's crown exists, or Lich King's helmet exists anymore. It has been stolen by Sylvanas and then destroyed in Shadowlands, reforged into something else.
Women and children. None was spared the master's wrath. You, Marwyn, finish them.
As we will find out later, as we are fighting the Lich King, his ultimate plan wasn't to destroy everybody. What he wanted was the strongest undead champions. And to do that, he was kind of lenient with everybody. And instead of killing everybody outright, he was like sending stronger and stronger minions. And the players were beating them up. So when we finally face him, he was sure that the people who are actually fighting him at that point are the best of the best, which arguably were the players. However, what he wanted to do was to kill us and then raise all of us as his undead minions, and basically that way he would have the elite group, elite party of undead, and he would be unstoppable. He didn't count with the fact that we would actually beat him when he wanted to execute this plan. Or rather, he didn't count with the fact that there was another blade as powerful as the Frostmourne, and that was the Ashbringer.
Is all that you will find here.
Okay, sure.
Yes, run. Run to meet your destiny. Its bitter, cold embrace awaits you.
Okay, now we have to run away. Where are we running away? This way? I guess it is this way.
Master, I have failed.
The Icecrown Citadel will be the very end. I am kind of... I don't like that they didn't include the whole fight with Illidan, the Arthas fight with Illidan, and
I can't attack that target. He is too powerful. We must leave this place at once.
okay,
My magic
leaving.
can hold him in place for only a short time.
I vaguely remember this
quickly,
dungeon.
heroes.
I know it was cool because when we were
It's
like,
good to see you.
you are running away from him and he's just casually walking towards you with like the frozen storm around him, and you need to just literally cut through ice just to get out of his grasp. He really was a powerful adversary. Okay, he's summoning this. Now we need to
I will destroy this barrier.
Okay, we
You
need
must
to
hold the undead back.
hold off the undead as the Jaina is actually destroying the ice. I thought we were to cut through the ice. Guess I was mistaken. Look at him just slowly walking. Very slowly. You cannot kill him even if he's like 1% of his HP. Just cannot reduce him. Another barrier. What this boss was a DPS check. You needed to kill.
Keep the undead from interrupting my incantation so that I may bring this wall down.
You need to kill all of these fast enough. Because when you kill all of them, the wall is actually destroyed. If you didn't kill them before the Lich King caught you, well, it was over. It was over. Lich King caught you and he would die. He was doing massive AoE damage just for existing.
We're almost there. Don't give up.
As I was saying, it was a little bit disappointing that they kind of, during the end of the strategy game, it was when, now we are in the events of the actual Wrath of the Lich King expansion in World of Warcraft. During the strategy game ends when the Arthas for the first time arrives to the Frozen Throne, and what happens is he meets Illidan there and they fight. The Arthas actually wins. Illidan is knocked unconscious. Arthas arrives. Arthas arrives to the Frozen Throne. He finds the helmet of the Lich King. He puts it on, and that is the moment when he actually becomes the true Lich King. Because the mind of the original Lich King, Ner'zhul, is within the crown.
Your barriers can't hold us back much longer, monster. I will shatter them all.
I think the fight with Illidan, not putting it in there, was a huge miss. It would have been so awesome. Either to just watch it, or at least, or even like let us play as Arthas and just fight it against the Illidan.
It is too far away.
Maybe they will create like an Illidan story at certain point, because it has been rumored that in Midnight Illidan will actually make an appearance. And if that is true, maybe there will be a lore working about him, how he became Demon Hunter. There is a lot of the there is a lot of the stories
There's an opening up ahead. Go now.
about Illidan's past in the Legion expansion that we were able to play a remix right now, but I think they should make a lot of working out of it, and maybe there will be his fight with the Lich King and actually explain how he survived. Because in the strategy game it looked like that Illidan just died in the end. And the Lich King won, Illidan died, and that was the end of it.
We have no
But
choice but
we
to
know
fight.
that the Illidan
Steel
actually
yourself,
survived.
heroes, for this is our last stand.
Only to be killed by players a couple of years later during Burning Crusade, and then resurrected during Legion. Yeah, that's wild stuff, wild stuff. I think Illidan is amazing.
Nowhere to run. You're mine now.
Oh, salvation is here.
Fire! Fire! Quickly, climb aboard. We mustn't tarry here. There's no telling when this whole mountainside will collapse.
Good. So we are getting out of here. China, what the hell are you doing?
Forgive me, heroes. I should have listened to Uther. I had to see for myself. To look into his eyes one last time. I am sorry.
Can you...
I now know what must be done. I will deliver this news to King Varian and High Lord Fordring.
Okay. Got it. What happened next? How was the Lich King defeated?
Like thunder after lightning, the anguish that the Lich King left in his wake caught up to him in the end.
Now we are going to Icecrown Citadel, actually.
Throne, he wielded his cursed blade and set his final plan into motion.
To secure his invincible army, Arthas sought to extinguish the light of Azeroth's heroes and raise them into the darkness. You are a Lich King. The whole of Azeroth is arrayed against you. Show them what it means to be a king. So basically, this is the raid. This is the final boss of the Icecrown Citadel. One of the most iconic raids within the entire game, because the Wrath of Lich King was peak World of Warcraft back in the day. It was when the game had the highest numbers of players out of all its expansions, even though it is rumored that nowadays they have more, but that is like including China and other factors. But back when they were releasing numbers, throughout the Lich King expansion, the numbers were biggest, right? And what is happening here is this is the raid. These are the players. We have Priest, Warlock, Paladin, etc. What we do is we are going to kill them all pretty easily. Yeah, they're dying already. Let's try this. This is the first blast, or... I should probably target the healers, huh? Yeah, let's target the healers and then druids and everything. Right. Defile. And exploded. As we see in the Tyrion Fordring actually resurrected the players, and players were able to beat him.
Father, is it over?
At long last. No king rules forever, my son.
I see. Only darkness before me.
There we go. The name of this last quest that we are doing right now is Otanagor, which is the made-up language, very similar to Latin, actually, and it is the lyrics of one of the most iconic songs in World of Warcraft. This has been composed specifically for Arthas, but later used for also for Varian and for Anduin. It means... The Tanagor means king, and Otanagor means something like long live the king.
Greetings. Every good story
His reign was
needs a
short,
hero.
yet terrible. Well said, Joe. I agree.
Jade Serpent Guide. Farewell.
It is a heavy story full of terrible deeds and unhappy endings, but it is a story that must be told. I feel like you've missed quite a lot of crucial points there, Joe. But as a like really short recap and swift recap, will suffice. We're gonna get the Royal Visage, the toy, that remember the tale of Arthas Menethil. You take on his visage, so I can now turn into Arthas if I want to. We're gonna get like a box of useless stuff, and Lorewalkers knows the Lich King. Information compiled by the Lorewalkers on the Lich King. So yeah, sure, let's take this.
Listening to my tale, friend.
And we collected a decor, which I don't know what the decor is, but alright. Should I read this? Prince Arthas Menethil was both aspiring paladin and the heir to the Lordaeron throne. Okay, this is basically a recap of the story we just seen in Joe's words. So this concludes the story of the Lich King. Now for our next part, we are going to go and watch the story of the Blood Elves, actually, because I think that is appropriate. And why I think this is appropriate? Hang on, I'm just going to sell. I have a lot of trash loot in my inventory. The game just fed me with a lot of clutter. Hello, Lemur. How are you doing? We are playing some World of Warcraft today. Join us if you are into the stories. This is a story stream. We are going through all of the Lorewalking they have to offer. And that's basically, the gist of it and all of it. Okay, this is solved.
Find good trails.
Use the toy. Perfect. Still recovering from plague. Well, if you are still recovering from plague, make sure you stay out of Arthas. He has a habit of putting plagued people down. Just saying. Got antibiotics with ETD that won't go away. Oof. Oof, you got something nasty, my boy. You got something nasty. You should rest. You should proper rest. Anyway, as I was saying, right now we are going to be listening a tale about Blood Elves. They added the tale about Blood Elves, or rather they call it Elves of the Quel'Thalas, because it's going to be also about Void Elves, because there has been a lot to what that was happened to High Elves since this whole Lich King shenanigans. The first in the strategy game, the Lich King on his terrible crusade, he invaded their city, and he basically needed a source of power from the Sunwell, which he got. They fought valiantly, and one of the ranger generals of the Blood Elves was actually called Sylvanas Windrunner, and she fought so hard against Arthas that when he finally defeated her, he created a banshee out of her. And ever since, she was a nuisance in the whole Azeroth. She was leading the Forsaken after they were free from the control of the Lich King for the longest time, and eventually in the Shadowlands we kind of put her out of service. And it's kind of funny story because her mortality has been returned to her as a punishment. So she is no longer banshee, she is no longer undead, immortal. She's once again the mortal elf. Now, even as the Burning Crusade expansion launched, we did see the death scar that goes through all of the city of Silvermoon, which kind of marks the path where the Scourge burst through the city on their quest to get to the Sunwell. And the Scourge invasion and the fact that they lost so many lives defending the Silvermoon city was what led High Elves to actually rename into Blood Elves. So it's not because they would be vampires, there is nothing like sinister in it. There was just so much blood spilled that, to the honor of their fallen kin, they renamed from High Elves to Blood Elves. The reason why Blood Elves initially had the green eyes, by the way, the reason for that was that because Arthas and his Scourge destroyed the Sunwell for their nefarious means, and Blood Elves who were addicted to magic, they needed magic to survive, literally, because they were mother addicts. They needed a replacement, and they did find replacement in the Fel. The Fel is demonic energy. It combines the death and the void into one. I think it is death or the void. Let's just find out what Fel is in terms of elements. I think it is the death and the void, but I might be mistaken. Wow. Oh, so it's actually light and the void, it would seem. So that is the combination. Interesting. Interesting. I didn't know that, but alright. So the combination of light and a void. They got to the Fel energy through the means of Illidan Stormrage, who actually helped them with that. So maybe we'll actually see the Illidan in this story as well. But yeah, I think it is fitting to hop straight into the Blood Elves now, because they are tied to the Lich King that we just finished now. So here I give you
Eyes open.
the story of the elves of the Quel'Thalas. Let's say here, the elves of Azeroth each have their own stories that weave together into an intricate tapestry of history for the Blood Elves and the Void Elves. It is a story shaped by strength in the face of utmost tragedy. Got any new exciting New Year's resolution? No, I don't believe in resolutions. Whenever you set up resolutions for yourselves, in my mind it's like your brain will start making excuses why it doesn't want to do the exact thing that you say you will be doing. It's like a trap. So no. Anyway, I give you the story of the Elves of Quel'Thalas.
Every group thousands of years ago, a group of high-born night elves were exiled by their druidic kin for practicing forbidden arcane magic. These high elves sailed to the eastern kingdoms, where they founded the nation of Quel'Thalas. At the heart of their civilization stood the Sunwell, a font of arcane power that sustained their people and fueled their sorcery. Though they warred with the neighboring Amani trolls, The High Elves enjoyed many millennia of relative peace and prosperity. But that came to an end when Arthas and his army of the undead marched upon Quel'Thalas.
There is also an elven blade, Keldelar, that you can get during the Wrath of the Lich King expansion. If you drop a health from one of the undead in the Ice Crown, I don't mean necessarily the raid, but the location. I think it was somewhere around that location. You are able to actually trigger a chain of events that lead you to putting together Quel'Thalar, which was kind of a powerful blade during the Wrath of Lich King expansion, and I was doing that a little later. I think I got mine during Cataclysm, if I'm not mistaken. Maybe during Cataclysm, maybe during Pandaria. I was after it because I wanted it as a transmogrification for myself.
How does today find you?
Tell me about the Blood Elves.
Jade Serpent guide you.
Accept writing on the wall from Lortemar.
The Blood Elves took their name in remembrance of their fallen kin, to ensure that they are never forgotten.
See? That's what I said. These woods are called Ghostlands, and everything is dead just because the Scourge passed through. It was years. The forest still didn't recover.
The rebuilding continues.
Long has the southern wall separated Quel'Thalas from the once great kingdom of Lordaeron. We did not believe that anyone could breach it, that overconfidence was our own doing. When the Scourge arrived, the gate was not conquered by force, it was willingly opened by a traitor. Though caught unaware, every far-strider soldier and magister in the arena rushed to the defense of our homeland. Very few of them returned home. The gates now stand as a memorial in their name. Light the first memorial's flame.
Can aid our travels.
Oh, because you cannot fly in here, so we can use Mishi. Okay. Let's go, Mishi.
Every year, a champion of the Sindorai is asked to light lamps in Quel'Thalas. Each lamp holds a memory of events that should be forever preserved.
I have a feeling that this particular quest, was a part of a quest that Blood Elves can do if you level up Blood Elf and you wanted their heritage armor, which looks pretty nice. You could have done this quest yourself. So that's one thing. I think they're just giving it to everybody now, or at least part of it, because of the Lorewalking. But it's fine. I mean, these story quests that brings more flavor to the world are actually pretty nice. So what do we have here?
This is where the end began.
So the voice actor...
He was patrolling the forests near Zulaman when we received word of the Scourge invasion. We were wholly unprepared for what we encountered. Quel'Thalas had enjoyed years of idyllic peace, and suddenly, we were facing death itself. I lost my eye in that battle, and would have lost my life were it not for Haldoran. Words cannot describe the devastation our people suffered that day. That any of us survived to tell the tale is a miracle. One that we cannot afford to waste.
Voice actor for Lord of Marteron is called Jeremy Howell. I'll ask to fact check me on this. Is he called Jeremy Howell, please? He's one of my favorite voice actors. He has been featured in many games. He has multiple roles in World of Warcraft. His biggest in World of Warcraft is indeed Lord Temar, but he voiced many other characters, notably Brother Pike in Battle for Azeroth, who was a significant character too, but a lot of the others. And he also voiced like various other games and even like series. He was also cast as one of the wolves in the, what was the called, Teen Wolf series. And his name is not Jeremy Howell, but Gideon Emery. I see. My bad. I'm saying like he's my most favorite voice actor, and I can't even remember his name. Okay, you know. But hey, I'm just a kid. I'm just a kid guy VTuber. Like, you know, attention span of a kid. I always mistake Jeremy Howell and Gideon Emery because those are like my two favorite voice actors, and both their voices are very distinguished. But yeah.
I proudly serve as
Faux pas.
Lord.
But Gideon Emery, props to him. He played in Teen Wolf, by the way. Very nice, like guilty pleasure series. If you are interested in watching something nice. But let's go back to the Blood Elves. And now we walk their path.
Aldiel Shalam.
Arthas cut through the land itself to get to the Sunwell. The dead scar is a constant reminder of the desecration. Where it starts is where our first line of defense attempted to hold the Scourge at bay. It is where the first blood was spilled. It was slaughter. Take the lantern to the base of the dead scar, and use its light to reveal the memories of what happened here.
What I do for Quel'Thalas.
Right. You still cannot fly in the zone, but actually midnight is coming pretty soon. And this whole area is going to be reworked, so maybe we'll finally get flying around here around the Silver Moon. That's one thing to look forward to, huh? Teen Wolf was great? Yeah, it indeed was. I like Teen Wolf more than Supernatural, and I know I'm probably going to piss a lot of people with this, but it's just true. I did finish Teen Wolf. I didn't finish Supernatural yet. Eventually I will. I want to, but not right now. What I like, they made it in a way that all of these enemies are neutral. You can attack them, but they are not aggressive. If you were here for like a normal character, they would be all aggressive. So there we go. Fight back the undead, sure. I have a feeling I killed a couple of defenders though. But maybe they were already converted, I don't know. Ready to turn in? Okay. Sure. Oh. Oh, look who it is. Look who it is. We were just talking about you, my boy. You did have your own story. So okay. And he's just on his merry way. Good. Lord Tamar stares quiet for a moment. Elor Bindel Ferlan Monin Aminor. I cannot speak Elvish, so I don't know what that means. It is kind of funny because they eventually did have to make like a sentences out of these like various languages that they created. Fun part is that various languages, Orcish, Elven, Blood Elven, Dwarven, even the common of the human, they are all like inspired by various languages in real life, but they were kind of like, and they still are, used in the game in a way that if you encounter a member of opposite faction, you don't understand them. If they write something in the chat, it comes out as a gibberish in a different language. And it basically used the random word generator, or not like random, but it was just putting random words together based on how long were your inputs. So it looked like kind of looked like a way to do speaking to the other faction, but they weren't able to like translate it. And even if you were trying to put the translator together, one word in like an Orcish could mean several words in English, just depending on how many letters were in that word. So you weren't able to like directly translate. But eventually, I think they have some like basic phrases anchored in these languages, so they can use them as a flavor whenever they are telling the story. Right?
Silvermoon will bring prosperity.
The Ranger General fell just east of Fairbreeze Village, where she was holding the line to protect the civilians as they retreated to Silvermoon. If it wasn't for her, our people would number even less than we do now. Shine the lantern upon the battlefield and witness how the forces ultimately broke under Atta's personal assault. Witness the fall of Ranger General. A Ranger General is called Sylvanas, by the way. This is the story how she became
It is a grim path to walk.
Banshee Queen.
Yet this path, these moments, they define what these elves have become. How they have been utterly changed. The scourge left a trail of defiled land and corpses in their wake. Yet the elves still held hope that Ranger General Sylvanas Windrunner could stop this monster.
I feel a little bit conflicted about this, because while it is nice that they basically allow everybody to experience this, also as somebody who did play as a Blood Elf for kind of a long time, I was playing World of Warcraft for a long time as a Blood Elven warrior. I still have him, he's like level 79 right now, no longer my main, but I'll still cherish that character. And I was naturally doing this quest as him, and it was pretty cool that you like find out about all of this history, and now everybody gets it. It's like, oh my god, my exclusive Night Elf, I mean my exclusive Blood Elf, you know, story and whatever. But it's like whatever. I think I can be a little bit petty about it as a Blood Elf player, but as a World of Warcraft player overall, I am happy that everybody gets to experience this. My only complaint about this is that it's just the part about the history with Lortimar, not what led to it, and probably some pieces of that whole quest chain will be missing. Don't die. Yeah, that's the best advice ever, Spoovy. Keep it up.
Fast Rider, man a ballista. Provide cover for the retreating civilians.
Okay, that's on me. So let's man up the ballista. And blah 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 blah. Nice. Did you know that there is actually a huge misconception about what is ballista and what is catapult? They have been swapped in the history. The ballista should be actually what we perceived as a catapult, the thing that is hurling the rocks in a ballistic curvature. And this should have been catapult. But the people who are actually writing these things down, naming them, were monks. So it is possible that in the medieval ages, the monk who has been writing this down about ballistas and catapults wasn't actually very fluent if it comes to warfare. So he wrote it wrong, and ever since it's like mismatched everywhere, and people just name it, and now we perceive catapult as a thing that is hurling rocks, and ballista as this kind of like arrow throwing things. History can be pretty funny. Okay, behold the most memed on cutscene in history of World of Warcraft, I think. The Sylvanas is going to do her power slide into the first moon. Looks almost like a comic book. This is how Sylvanas as we know her was born. Oh, why are you hurting? Lord Temar, did you fart it? Why are we all green?
We have made many sacrifices.
In the words of one of more poetic retellings, as her defenders fell, with anguish she cried, Shindu Falakna Sindurai. She was a true Ranger General until her last breath. May Silvermoon never forget her bravery in life.
As hard as they fought, there was no stopping the relentless march of Arthas and the Scourge to the Sunwell. Greetings.
What happened after Sylvanas fell?
Tread lightly.
Let's see. Sure? Okay, good. Good. Complete the Fall of the Sunwell scenario. I see. So we are getting inside the raid. And now we are in Battle for Azeroth. Interesting. I still have a lantern though. Wait, am I literally standing in the Sunwell right now? This is high-ranking Magister. We must have been betrayed from within. Defenders, hold the line here. We must not let those monsters reach the Sunwell. Right. We're holding. Now we know how this ends. They indeed do reach the Sunwell, so it is literally pointless at this point. This whole undead in World of Warcraft, they have very similar vibes to like White Walkers from Song of Ice and Fire, or rather, more known as the Game of Thrones, even if Game of Thrones is just one chapter of the Song of Ice and Fire.
I need to target something first.
A lot of the lore in World of Warcraft is pretty decent. And considering they are now trying to kind of like retcon the Shadowlands fiasco, it is getting even better. Defeat the Seer Drannix. Okay, hello. There we go. Face Arthas. Can I? I cannot attack him though, so he's just casually walking. I don't know if we cannot run. It was like Aura farming is what I wanted to say. Pharma auring, I guess. That's also a term. From now on, this is a term. Pharma auring is now a minor depiction. Okay, facing the Arthas. That itself has come to claim the high home of the elves. Okay. It wasn't a good idea.
And use the Sunwell to resurrect Kel'Thuzad as a powerful lich, corrupting its waters beyond salvation. Our people would have soon suffered the same fate had we remained linked to its magic. With a heavy heart, Prince Kael'thas decided to destroy the Sunwell.
Short version for Pharma auring is farming. Good one, Alastris. One little nitpick that I have about the story is that Liandrin here is talking about Kel'Thuzad. We don't know who Kel'Thuzad is. If I was only playing these like Lorewalking quests, I wouldn't have known what Kel'Thuzad is. He's kind of important. Long story short, Kel'Thuzad was Necromancer, who was tasked with like finding Arthas in the first place and tell him where Melganis is. And he knew that Arthas will eventually kill him, but he knew that he was very important and very powerful, so that eventually, if Arthas wins, Arthas will actually resurrect him as more powerful being, which actually happened. But that was like some respectable gamble there, you know. Imagine part of your master plan is getting killed, because you know that the person who is killing you is going to resurrect you eventually. If he succeeds, that's some that's some trust there.
The time has come. May the light of the sun guide us to the very end.
Escort Prince Kaltas to the Sunwell. All right.
Landed on the shore. We must hurry.
Cut down enough undead for us to pass, and leave the rest for the trolls. That will buy us the time we need.
All right.
Son, what has he done?
Well,
The soul of our people, now a desecrated font of decay. It worsens with each sunrise.
Liadrin, guard the entrance. Let none pass.
okay.
We shall hold the line until the very end. Solana Ashalanore.
Hero, with me. Protect the masters at all costs. We must reach the Sunwell.
We're going. It is kind of cool that it is implied that if you are playing a Blood Elf character, it is implied that you were there. You are just reliving your own memories. I do like Blood Elves as a race, as a concept. The only reason I don't play Blood Elf anymore is because I don't really like Horde that much. I strongly prefer Alliance, because Sylvanas kind of ruins the Horde for me. But the Blood Elves is still an awesome race. And there was this trope, like, you know, Blood Elves are like gay and they don't like merge well with the Horde, and they're like fake Horde, and I don't know what else, but like, and especially like Blood Elf males are wimpy. Brother, if you look how Blood Elf male looks like, and you're telling me that that's wimpy, I would like to see how you look like. Because they're athletic and muscular as fuck. That it's like no discussion there. Just ignore her, come back to your Horde for your Bobby Banks movie. We do like Alliance better. Like, I do have Horde characters, and the beauty of World of Warcraft is you can play whatever the hell you want, anytime you want.
The ritual appears to be working. Magisters, maintain your focus.
Nowadays, even the guilds are cross-faction, and you can raid and do dungeons cross-faction. The only thing you can do, like with your Horde buddies or with your Alliance buddies if you're Horde, is like open world stuff, and that's about it. But everything else is like fine. It doesn't really matter. Everyone is playing with everyone. Yeah, that's true. I think they should remove the faction conflict completely and just leave the battlegrounds and arenas as like a time-walking escapades. You know, you can just relive the second war as much as you want in like battlegrounds, and there is no need for PvP. I think if people want to PvP in the open world, sure, let them. There is a war mode for this. That's fine. But what I think they should do, they should like allow opposite faction to go into the cities. Like, let the Night Elves go to the Silver Moon. Let the Orcs go to the Stormwind. You know, just add a couple of like snarky dialogues to some of the guards and some of the NPCs that are still living in the past. But like, just let it be. Ultimately, story-wise, people have been fighting side by side, Horde and Alliance, against every single major threat that arose. Didn't matter if it was like the forces of the Lich King. It didn't matter if it was like the Deathwing during the Cataclysm. The Old God forces during the Battle for Azeroth. Battle for Azeroth of all games, where the fucking Sylvanas burned down Teldrassil to the crisp. She literally burned down the War Tree. And in the end, a lot of hordes, including the players, they just rebelled against her. And basically, what happened was that in the end, there was an old god emerging, and we need to fight against the old god and his forces. It was Enzot, right? So most of the time, even if a lot of players are like very bloodthirsty and go like, "Oh my god, you need to, we need to fight it. This is too vanilla. It cannot be like PvE Care Bears everywhere. I want war in my Warcraft."
But our people are not defined by tragedy, but by our ability to overcome it. From the ashes of the past, we carry the flame of hope into the future.
But like, every single time we're fighting side by side. Also, PvP servers are no longer a thing in World of Warcraft. Instead, there is this thing that is called VAR mode now. If you are in the major city, aka if you are in Stormwind or Orgrimmar and some cities from the newest expansion, you can toggle this off, and now you're playing on PvP server with other PvP people, and you will not see PvE players in the open world. You will only see PvP players that have this. So basically, the PvP servers are no longer a thing, and our players themselves dictate if they want to play PvP or not. So you can turn the VAR mode only in the main cities, which is like so people wouldn't like toggle it on and off in the open world, but that would be like a little bit unconfined. There is an incentive because you are getting like tiny little bit more rewards if you are playing as a flagged as a PvP for the risks that you have, and you can play this. And then if you see the member of a positive faction, you can just juke it out. Or if you don't want to deal with the PvP, you keep this turned off and you play on a PvE server. It's a very neat system. No, instead of PvE, like, you can now play PvP on any server you are at. You just toggle this on, and you go to the world, and you fight other people who consented to the PvP, who felt like it. You can turn it off anytime, but you can turn it back on only if you are in the main city. So if you are serious about the PvP, you keep this on all times, and you can just juke it out with other players in the open world. And if you turn it off, then you cannot be like trolling. You cannot be like, I just want the rewards, you know, or I just want to wait for my opportunity. No, it doesn't work like this. And the best part about this is you don't even see the players. If you have PvP, if you have PvP on, you don't see the PvP off players. And if you have PvP off, you don't see the PvP on players. So it's a pretty neat system. It basically creates PvP server out of every server if you opt into this.
I greet you on behalf of Silvermoon.
The Regent Lord takes the lantern from you. It is done.
My honor to present you with the regalia of our greatest.
Yeah, this was by the way quest for the this was quest for the Blood Elven heritage. So apparently my Night Elf Demon Hunter is now champion of the Sindorai. Yeah, they didn't think this through, right? They it is showing that they did this hastily. They could have refined it more, and the Arthas quest as well. I think the Xal'atath quest is a little bit better. I never really played the Ethereal quest, but we'll see.
Eyes open.
Despite all they have experienced, the Blood Elves continue to stand in the face of adversity. Together, they hold strong against any who would threaten either their people or the Sunwell that forms the cornerstone of their culture.
Every good story.
They also
The Blood Elves had to drain magic from other sources, but doing so ravaged their minds and bodies over time. Kael'thas knew that if they did not find a new source of magic, his people would be doomed. Going to desperate lengths, Kael'thas imprisoned a Naru, a being of pure light, and had his Magister siphon its holy power. When even that did not prove enough, Kael'thas pledged the sacred Sunwell to the demonic Burning Legion in exchange for fell magic. Heroes of the Horde and the Alliance stormed the Sunwell and prevented the demons from summoning their dark masters. And then
That was very long story short.
The same Naru the Blood Elves had held captive sacrificed itself to cleanse and restore the Sunwell. Now, a font of holy light, the Sunwell once again sustained the Blood Elves, ending their ill-fated quest for a new
These are
source
all
of
events
magic.
from the Burning Crusade,
Never
by the way.
again would they delve into dark sorcery or place the Sunwell in peril. But that vow would soon be put to the test.
So there are all of the notable Blood Elves right here, but there will be others. And now that we've learned about the Blood Elves, how they were established from High Elves, what was all the shenanigans about the Sunwell, now we are going to learn more about Void Elves and how they were born, because now we're going to play a quest that is called Children of the Void.
Farewell.
The Void Elves, so strange. There is very little difference between a Void Elf and a Blood Elf, other than they have chosen to wield. Yet to their former kin they are anathema, no longer considered a Blood Elf at all, and no longer welcome in their former home. Let us explore how and why this came to be. So the reason why Void Elves are not welcome in their home near the Sunwell, basically they embrace the powers of the Void in their quest to find different sources of magic, and they are very powerful now. They are members of the Alliance because the Blood Elves cast them out, but it wasn't pettiness, it wasn't like something like you do not fit. The reason for that was that when one of the main Void Elves that we know, Alleria Windrunner, visited the Silver Moon and visited Sunwell, the policy of Lord Temar was to let in every single elf. In the world there are still High Elves, there are still Blood Elves that did not rename themselves because they were not present during the events of what was happening in the Silver Moon, and these High Elves are mostly still basically allies to the Alliance instead of the Horde. These are usually magical users, but Lord Temar declared that every single one of them, if they want to make a pilgrimage to the Sunwell, he will not deny them the opportunity. So anyone who has any relevance to Blood Elves and their society can go and visit the Sunwell. The problem was that when Alleria actually visited Sunwell, with the Void infesting her, having the Void powers, the Sunwell reacted violently. Because when Sunwell is now again font of the light, and Alleria is being kind of font of the darkness, font of the Void, the shadow, if you would like, the reaction was very violent. It almost corrupted Sunwell again. And basically for this, Lord Temar didn't want to risk Sunwell being corrupted again, because Sunwell is something the Blood Elves need to protect. It sustains them because they are highly magical beings. So he declared that Void Elves are no longer welcome in Silver Moon because they cannot have this threat to the Sunwell. This spin is actually pretty interesting because all the elves, be it Blood Elves, High Elves, Void Elves, even the new race of the Nightborn. All of the elves are very magic reliant, and they need sources of magic, because without it they will wither and die. Literally, that's what happens if they don't have their source of magic or somehow stabilize their magic. The only exception to this rule is actually night elves. Night elves, by returning to the nature and creating this like Mother Elune, Cult of the Moon, and druidic culture, they are basically the only elven race that is not dependent on these powerful sources of magic. And yes, they did have Teldrassil, their world tree, and before that Amidrassil on Mount Hyjal, that has been destroyed to kill Archimond, I believe. But it wasn't that they would be addicted to its magic. It was more like these huge trees are providing immortality to the Night Elves. In a sense that if Night Elf is to perish, they reincarnate as a wisp and they can live within the branches and roots of these war trees as a wisp, basically forever. And it is also possible to reincarnate because their soul is now immortal due to these magical trees. So there is even a possibility of reincarnation, as we've seen with Illidan, who has been reincarnated because his soul was still immortal for various reasons, etc. But with that said, let's continue. I've read this, right?
Jade, sir. The first elf to master the void was cast out of Silvermoon. Perhaps unfairly. Valeria Windrunner.
How does today find you? Farewell.
Come on, Joe, speed it up. We still have 2 more stories to tell after this. There she is, in her old outfit. The Regent Lord intends to show first Arcanist Talisra our Sunwell. I do not know if he allow Alaria Windrunner to attend the meeting, but we are invited to join them. And the first Arcanist Talisra is actually
First Arcanist Talisra, an honored guests.
from the
Welcome
Legion.
to Silvermoon.
It is a pleasure to visit your fine city at last. Thank you for extending the invitation, Regent Lord.
Please, call me Lorthamar. But where are my manners? Allow me to introduce another guest, Lady Illyria Windrunner, a hero of Silvermoon's past.
An unexpected honor, Lady Windrunner. Silgrin told me of your courage during the campaign on Argus.
The honor is mine, First Arcanist. I do not mean to intrude upon your visit. Perhaps I should return another time.
Nonsense. Whatever you came to say, you may say in front of our guests.
As you wish. I come bearing an offer from High King Anduin
I had hoped your visit was motivated by a love for Silvermoon. Instead, you come at the behest of the Alliance's Boy King. How disappointing.
Cutting words, Lorthamar. Are they yours, I wonder? Or has the dutiful ranger I knew become the mouthpiece of your war chief?
You doubt my words, yet how can we trust your own? Do you deny that the Lords of the Void whisper to you? Did you not surrender yourself to the shadows on Argus?
It seems the offer I bring has been anticipated and spurned. Very well. But before I leave, I have one request. It has been 1,000 years since I set eyes upon the Sunwell. May I visit it once again?
I advise against it. We cannot trust that she will not...
Whatever she has become, Illyria is a daughter of Quel'Thalas. I will not deny her pilgrimage to our most sacred site. First Arcanist, you and your retinue would be welcome to join us.
I would consider it an honor to see the Sunwell, Lord Lamar. And I prefer that my friends call me Thalysra.
Romoth, kindly open the way for us. Please, follow me.
Music in Silvermoon is still amazing as ever, to be perfectly honest. I always loved the soundtrack. I always been amazed by the soundtrack. Was it like 18 years ago when Burning Crusade released, or was it 20 years ago? Let me just check. Burning Crusade release date 2007. So it really is. What the hell? "19 years, give or take." But yeah, as I was saying, the Thalysra is actually a character that we meet in the Legion, and she was one of the Nightborn, which is another kind of a branch of the original Highborn elves. The Suramar city, where they live, is actually birthplace of many well-known elves. Even I think most of elves from Silvermoon originate from there. Most of elves from the Kalimdor that we know, night elves, originate from there as well. Tiran the Whisperwind, for example, and they still use magic. So the Kaldorei, they left, but eventually the High Elves actually had to leave the Kaldorei, which are the Night Elves. It is a little bit complicated. We do save the Nightborn and we make them allied race, and First Arcanist Thalysra is like the leader of theirs. Why am I talking about this? As you've seen here, this kind of positive interaction between Lortemar and Thalysra, it actually leads into unexpected events, because when the players return from the Shadowlands, we realize that Lortemar and Thalysra are actually now married. So that's kind of one of the positive outcomes of whatever is happening, because most of the things that are happening in World of Warcraft are oftentimes there is a like big bad, you need to kill it, it's wreaking havoc everywhere, and there are no happy times. But this is one of the rare happy times. It was kind of nice to see, because Lortemar and Thalysra both are kind of like side characters in the story. They never really had like major goal in the overarching plot. They were present in various like huge events throughout the World of Warcraft history, but even if they're like just side characters, they are very notable side characters. They are leaders of their people, and seeing them like joining forces, they are both Hordes and now they are married. They're both elves. I think it's pretty nice. Regardless, let's continue with the scenario.
Our enemies will fall!
Okay, what the hell was that?
The sense of power is palpable, as potent as the Nightwell, but of a different nature.
The Sunwell was corrupted by our enemies, but a Naru's sacrifice purified its waters. Now, the essence of the light sustains us.
The Sunwell has changed, but its beauty remains. It has been so long.
Stay back! What is happening? This is why I demanded that Umbric and his radicals be exiled. Anyone who treats with the Void is a danger to the Sunwell.
I did not intend for my presence to...
Enough! We need to cleanse this corruption before the well is lost.
Silver, Valtoire, aid the Regent Lord.
Zilgrin and Valtroa are also notable characters from Legion. I'm actually very familiar with them because I have been playing Legion Remix excessively past 3 months. I have been dealing with these guys a lot. I think Suramar is like one of the best zones they created overall. With like the story and all the activities you can do.
The vessel has been found. Once the chamber. If it comes through, we may lose the Sunwell.
I can close the rift, but I will need help.
Tell us what to do, and we will lend our strength.
The door opens. Yes. This should suit our needs.
Now, focus your power with mine.
You only delay the inevitable. I will yet have my prize.
I don't know who this Nether Prince Durzan actually is.
Sunwell is secure. Your aid was invaluable, Philisra. And yours, champion.
Guards! Seize this saboteur.
I will not be taken prisoner in my own homeland.
Enough! You will leave at once, Illyria. Accident or no, your presence poses a danger to Quel'Thalas. Go back to Stormwind. Silvermoon is no longer your home.
As you command, Regent Lord. For now.
I regret you had to witness that exchange, Philisra. This is not how I planned your visit to unfold.
On the contrary, this conflict has demonstrated your dedication to your people. I can see that the Horde has allowed you to uphold your traditions, something that is very important to us.
We gain strength from our allies, but we have not lost who we are.
Suramar will always be our home. But some among my people wish to venture out into the world, to claim our place in Azeroth once again. To do that, we need allies.
The Horde offers that to you, First Arcanist. Join us. The gates of Silvermoon stand open to you.
On behalf of the Nightborn, I accept your proposal. From this day forth, Suramar fights for the Horde.
This is interesting, actually.
Lady Liadrin, please return to Orgrimmar and tell the War Chief the good news.
It will be my pleasure, Regent Lord. I will meet you in Silvermoon, champion.
But this is kind of interesting, because I thought we are going to be learning more about the Void Elves, but so far we instead learned how Nightborn joined the Horde. But I don't object that, and I mean it is related, right? These Alleria escapades are also part of this grand story. But let's keep going. Let's keep going.
I am the Blade of the Light.
That was not wholly expected.
It was an accident, but it gave Romath all he needed to oust Ombric and the Void Elves from Silvermoon, and send Alleria to find Ombric on her own.
Okay.
Hello.
So tell me about Alleria, says the Cho.
Every good story.
I mean, I say to the Cho, actually.
The Ghostlands. This was once Eversong Forest, a place of unbridled beauty. Windrunner Spire, my family home, stands not far from here. These woods once brought such joy to me and my sisters. To see them like this fills my heart with sorrow.
I'm gonna be a little bit controversial towards Alleria, actually, but I like the Ghostlands more like this. I like when they're spooky. They called it Eversong Forest. If we go to the map, we are in the Eversong Forest here, which is now called Ghostlands. If we go here into the Eversong Woods, this is how probably Alleria remembers it. We don't see it from here, but it is nice and green. Music shifts, the mood shifts, but I kind of like it. This was, especially like back in the day, about like those 18 years ago when I was playing Burning Crusade, it was such a marvel to explore. I think both like the Blood Elven and Draenei starting locations are to this day one of my most favorite locations within the game. They did stand the test of time. I mean, sure, if we look at this Arcane Devourer that is here, for example, He looks a little bit different because these like Warlock pets, which sharing the model with these guys, got remodeled, so they look a little bit nicer than they used to. But you know, 18 years ago, it didn't matter that everything was pixelated.
This sanctum was once a testament to my people's mastery of the arcane.
Our void experiments are proceeding well. I am certain we are on the cusp of a breakthrough, despite Ramath's small-minded protests. The Grand Magister must understand.
Oh shoot! I didn't want it to. I didn't want it to skip. Oh, never mind. I'm sorry, Umbrick. Let's continue. Can we mount up? I think we can mount up. Look at, like, she has a nice voice, Void Strider instead of Sun Strider.
Yes, I remember it. Come, champion.
I skipped a little bit of dialogue here. I just hope it's not going to be like super important. Luzern, I remember this guy. There's like the big scary elite. It was so hard to kill back in Burning Crusade. You did have to group up with people, or you could be hunter and use your pet to tank it for you. That was one way how to kill it.
This place looks like it has been ransacked, but perhaps Umbrick left behind a clue.
It seems we are not the first of our people seeking to harness the void. I have found notebooks belonging to one whose very name is a curse, Darkhan Drathir. It was Drathir's betrayal that allowed Arthas to corrupt the Sunwell and left our kingdom in ruins. For the first time, I see why Ramath opposes our course of study. Nevertheless, I believe this knowledge can be used for good. The bulk of Drathir's research was conducted at Dawnstar Spire. That is where we must go.
That is where we should go.
He follows in the footsteps of treachery. Let us hope this obsession has not led to his downfall.
Drathir's betrayal did more than leave the kingdom in ruins. He was responsible for every murder committed by Arthas and the Scourge.
I don't remember if this Darkhan person was actually a thing in the strategy game. Maybe he was. You can correct me, but I think he wasn't. I think in the game you just brute force it back, but they're expanding on the lore, so that's fine.
Anything Darkhan had studied, and of anyone that would willingly choose to study it as well.
This place resonates with power. Tread carefully.
Oh, you're fine, don't worry. I do like that they made it that almost every mob that you meet in the way is like neutral, so you don't have to fight your way through. So it's really more like a relaxing kind of storytelling. They are fighting, obviously, sometimes when the quest demands it, but most of the time you just go through it, which is very fitting for this Lorewalking because they are meant to be like faster.
Umbrick is a dedicated scholar, but his tenacity turned him and his followers into exiles.
This is nice. This is nice little place to hang out, huh? Look at this. You can have something like this, similar, or maybe even like the same one. You can have this in your housing. I think I have some of these decors. It's actually pretty sick. Can we check? House finder. Oh, this is decor catalog. Do we have like a couch? No, it's just maybe cinder eye. No. Maybe it's like a bed. Furnishings, beds. Yeah, there is one. There is the one that I meant. Oh, this is Suramar sleeper. So it's from like different elves, but as you can see, it looks very similar. This panda bed looks awesome, to be honest. Oh, look at this. Okay, no. Focus on the story. Focus on the story, Ray. Do not dive into housing shenanigans. We will be here forever and having nothing done.
Drathea's quest for power led him to seek the fragments of an ancient world, one teetering on the brink of the void itself. His note said it existed within a rift in the very fabric of reality. He never found this place, but I have succeeded where he failed. The way will soon be open to us. Drathir believed this rift held an ancient object of unspeakable might. Perhaps this will be the key that allows us to gain control over the shadows.
Based on these notes, I believe I can reopen the passage to this world he spoke of. Let me see.
Okay, sure. So she opened up the portal.
We each walk a line. Choose yours.
Umbric's methods are a bit cavalier, but he seems competent. We must get to him before things become too dangerous.
The shadows can be...
Umbric and his blood elves were cast out of their home for the pursuit of understanding. I know the dangers of the void better than most. We should lend them our aid and ensure they don't do anything too foolhardy. This rift will take us to their current location. I hope they are not too late to help them. Sorry, I hope we are not too late to help them. Okay.
We are ready to proceed. Stay on your guard, champion. We do not know what we might find.
We're going, don't worry. Don't you worry.
There, up ahead. That must be Umbric.
Right? Umbric, my boy, we found you, and you already looking a little bit... We've been working for years to comprehend the powers of the void might provide. Now we are on the cusp of understanding. What is this place?
Magister Umbric, I am Illyria Windrunner.
Illyria Windrunner? How did... My, what an unexpected honor. My people and I heard tales of what transpired on Argus. As you might imagine, we have a keen interest in your interaction with the Dark and Naru.
Another time, perhaps. This champion and I have been searching for you. We knew of your exile from Silvermoon and felt we shared common ground.
Indeed. Like you, we believe the void can be used to defend life rather than consume it. We have made great progress, Lady Windrunner, but many mysteries remain. Take this cube, for instance. It is an ancient device, perhaps even predating life on Azeroth. It seems to have been locked, and we cannot yet open it.
Careful, Umbric. Answers to such mysteries often come at a price.
Look out!
Oh, what are we looking out for? It's Durzan again, okay.
Has come to pass.
I'm out of range. Show yourself! Who are you?
Well, he seems like a Prince Durzan to me.
The more interesting question is, what shall you become? My people were reshaped by the void, stripped of the limitations of flesh. We offer you the same gift.
Okay, do not take this gift.
The whispers, Umbric. This gift you are offered is little more than enslavement.
I feel the power calling to me, changing me.
And this is how Void Elves got their pretty like purple facelift and purple
Come,
eyes and all that.
champion. We must stop this transformation before my people are lost.
Okay, so conversation is over. Before we go through this portal, hello Pickle, welcome to the stream. We are doing some story content in World of Warcraft. Like currently 4 stories to like recap all of the things that happened for various points of interest during the World of Warcraft history. And yeah, I hope you are coming to terms with the fact that the vacation is over. I hope they're not giving you a hard time at work. And with that said, let's go through the portal. Let's continue.
Even shattered as it is, this place echoes with the whispers of the firstborns of the slain and the hatred of
Surge through these ashes. No wonder the majority.
Oh. Was almost heated to the outer space here. Okay, that's fine. That's fine. Okay. Wanna see the laser eyes? This is my laser eyes. You can just beam everything. My character is basically Superman. That's the Demon Hunters for you.
No matter what that traitor has taught you.
Your masters will not enslave me, Ethereal. Nor will they claim my brothers and sisters. That vortex up ahead pulses with power. Let us investigate.
Okay.
This void storm is a conduit. A doorway that must be closed.
Why do you resist? You stand on the threshold of your destiny.
Oh. Nurgesh. That's a badass name.
The Masters is vast, but not infinite.
They're talking a lot about ethereals here.
Setback. What is in motion cannot be undone. Surely you see this.
There. Derzan is using those forges to draw in power. We must break his hold on Umbric's people.
So, you know, thinking about this, all of this is unraveling like Void Elves, Void, so I think the next thing that we're going to be doing is actually Ethereal story. And we will leave the Xalatat to the very end. So also, I think these things will be turned into 4 videos. Even if they're like more short than like the Hrot ones. But yeah, this is going to go as like a lore content into my channel. Because I really do like this story. And I like to discuss it for whoever could be interested in the story of RPG games like this.
The void will transform you. Awaken what you are meant to be.
No. These people are not yours. They are not lost.
There we go.
Target something first.
They're not dropping any loot for me, by the way.
Do you not see what we offer? The majesty of chaos, the glory of infinite hunger. Why do you fight your destiny, Windrunner? Join me and rule by my side.
I see through your lies, Ziltha. So will the others.
So be it. Your death is regrettable, but necessary.
I wonder if we killed him or if we just release his
tried to
energy
tear
and
away your mortality,
he can come back.
to make you like him, a slave to his hunger. But your fate is still your own, Umbric. I can teach you to quiet the
Look at the
whispers,
Umbric, all changed
to make
now.
the shadows serve you, instead of you serving them.
My arrogance was nearly our undoing. I dabbled with powers far beyond my control. If you will train us, Illyria, we will follow. where you lead.
So this is how the Void Elf allied race for the Alliance was established.
Considerable. You would make valuable allies of the Alliance.
Silvermoon turned its back on us long ago. Today, we are reborn, and it is fitting that we walk a new path. From this day forth, the Alliance has our loyalty.
And in turn, I pledge to aid you on your journey. Our champion and I will inform High King Rin of this news. Then I will return, so that we can begin your training.
It will take some time for us to adjust to our new forms. We look forward to your return, Lady Windrunner. And Champion, you have our deepest thanks.
Perfect. So, that is concluded. And now I need to talk to Lorewalker Cho, but how... Oh, maybe I can just click this. Perfect. We just summoned our little Lorewalker back.
Greetings.
Like, canonically, I am still sitting in Stormwind on the bench near the lake, and we just telling the stories to each other. Except they are a little bit more visual. So anyway.
Eyes open.
And so ends the tale of how the Void Elves joined the Alliance. Their control over the Void swung the odds in our favor in several battles. Some fear their use of the Void. I believe Umbric and Alleria have unique perspective on things. They are both aware of forces attempting to control and manipulate us. It's an important lesson for us all to remember. Are the decisions we make our own, or are they being twisted by unseen hand?
Jade and so the elves of Gwent, alas, stand divided. The Blood Elves, knowing the risk of pursuing power, safeguard the Sunwell at all costs. Meanwhile, the Void Elves, who refuse to let fear hinder their quest for knowledge, have been exiled from their home. Ironic that they should suffer the same fate as their high elven predecessors, cast out for practicing forbidden magic. Can either side be blamed? Is it reckless to study that which might harm us, or misguided to turn against those who do? I suppose time will tell. One thing is certain, however. Despite its long history, the saga of Quel'Thalas is far from over.
It indeed is, because Silvermoon is coming back in midnight, and it's going to be actually one of the key point locations in the expansion. Also, they have not been cast out of Silvermoon for no reason. They are literally security risk for the Sunwell, as we've seen a couple of minutes ago. So I would say, yeah, it is kind of... They cannot just be let back recklessly, because they cannot allow them to corrupt the Sunwell. Even though maybe this Nexus Prince Durhan that we've just killed was actually the culprit and was just tracking Alleria. But still, once you have a Void Elf somewhere, he is in theory a gateway from the various Void creatures, because they are connected to the Void, which means that Void is connected to them, and through them somebody who is able to wear the Void magic is theoretically capable to use these elves as a conduit. Depends on how well they are controlling their abilities, but currently canonically the strongest Void Elf there is Alleria, because she has been the Void Elf the longest. She has been controlling the Void powers far longer, and she got it from different source than these elves. She got it on her like space adventures with her husband Turalion as they were pursuing the Burning Legion, and she still wasn't able to shut it off and let the forces of Durzan into the Sunwell. So that might be a little bit problematic if not even like the strongest Void Elf can control her abilities to the point that the Sunwell isn't at risk. Then yeah, I do think that the casting the Void Elves out of the Sunwell is, or of the Silver Moon to protect the Sunwell, is not a bad call from Lord Temar. And also, despite his bickering with Alleria about the alliance and stuff, Lortemar was actually acting pretty decent towards her. He didn't allow her to be harmed or captured. He allowed her to walk away. He offered her to be able to go in and check the Sunwell for herself on her pilgrimage, and he only cast her out when he realized that she is a security risk. So I kind of like that. I think Lortemar is a cool character. A lot of people are saying he is a mag. He really isn't. He is a cool character.
Tread lightly.
What little we know of the Void tells us that trying to master is exercise in futility. Yet there are those with the strength to try, and perhaps we look upon them too harshly for making the effort.
Thank you for listening to my tale, friend.
And I got another record out of this. That's nice. That's actually pretty cool. Okay, there wasn't any toy for this. Interesting. Maybe there was just toy for horror or something like that.
Hello. Farewell.
So now, it would be actually fitting to check about ethereals and what is their deal. So our next story is gonna take us to the Twisting Nether to see how ethereals were actually born, what happened to Karesh, most likely, how Dimensius destroyed the Karesh or almost devoured it all, and the tale said that the mysterious and elusive, the ethereals that have traveled to our world, speak little of their history, yet there is so much to be learned from a few things they do choose to share.
Eyes open. Who are the ethereals? Enshrouded in mystery. We first encountered them in Outland, but that was not where they originated. Their own world, Karesh, was destroyed long ago by a monstrous creature of the void. Left to their own devices, the ethereals traveled the cosmos in search of trade, knowledge, and vengeance for their beloved home. How does today find
Yeah, problem is that a lot of ethereals we met were actually hostile, and they were not trying to just trade, but they were trying to steal power, enslave people, steal souls, murder stuff, and also resurrect the very thing that destroyed their world, bring Beth into the universe. We stopped it, but at what cost? I guess we'll find out at midnight. Tell me about the Protectorate. Now this is probably going to be lore that I'm not very versed with.
With the Protectorate, a group of ethereals who had gathered in Neverstone.
I did play through Burning Crusade, I did finish some of these quests, but I am, like, ethereals are a huge mystery to me. Maybe a little less so now that we visited their home and all of the things that we were doing on Karesh in War Within, but still. What do you know about the ethereals, Fleshling? You undoubtedly view us all in the same light, oblivious to the conflicts and struggles between the different factions. Perhaps it is time for an introduction. I am Commander Amir of the Protectorate. Also your only hope of resolving the infestation of both void creatures and Ethereum in this area. The Ethereum. Directly south of here, you will find the Ethereum staging grounds. The Ethereum are there preparing for something, perhaps an assault on Ultris. We can't take any chances through Demon Hunter, break through their perimeter defenses and take out their training facility. Once you've destroyed their soldiers and Captain Zovax, locate Ethereum Transporter Rosetta and use it to establish contact with me to get your next set of orders.
The Ethereum, a ruling class once united in purpose, had fractured. The Protectorate suspected treachery, but more investigation was necessary.
Okay, this is going to be fast business. They are dropping like flies.
It is too far away.
But you know, I didn't mind. My character is very well geared for PvE. So the captain is down. We need to kill a couple of researchers and assassins though. There we go. And then the last thing would be activating this teleporter. Okay. We must gather whatever data they stored in this area. Look around you, Fleshling. Very close to this transporter should be an Ethereum data cell. Locate that data cell, open it, and retrieve the contents. Bring it back to this transporter at once.
The Ethereals are meticulous record keepers. Evidence of the Ethereum's treachery had to exist somewhere.
Yeah, don't worry. We will get on to the bottom of this. We'll find everything. I think this is it.
I need to target something first.
Okay. Have you recovered the data cell? Yes, I have. You hold the data cell out so Amir can read the plans. Nothing. Damn them. They're clever, but not as clever as Amir. What I'm about to ask you to do is quite dangerous. I understand if you don't want to continue, Fleshling. They're using relays to transfer information around the staging grounds. There is only one way for you to see these relays and extract the information they hold. Unfortunately, doing so may cause you irreparable brain damage. Now, don't worry, I already have that. That's fine. You know, no more damage is going to make my brain damage worse, so it's fine. If you're still interested, you'll need to slay Ethereum here at the staging grounds and take their essences once you have an essence. Drink it down. It will temporarily allow you to see Ethereum relay, giving you enough time to destroy a relay and extract its information. Recover 12 pieces of Ethereum relay. Okay. So, what? Oh, I didn't take the quest. Are you kidding me?
Of course, it was not that simple. The Ethereum used relays to exchange information, which meant that one had to intercept the relays to extract that information as evidence.
Ah, there we go. It might open your mind and allow you to see things that Ethereals do. It may also give you irreversible brain damage. Okay, did I get a brain damage? I did get brain damage. Okay, that's fine. I have brain damage for 5 minutes, so for 5 minutes I can hunt these little creatures. And these little creatures are giving me data. This is 19 years old quest, by the way. It's kind of basic, but also interesting.
I need to target something first.
Basically, we have hidden monsters that you cannot see unless you have buff on yourself. I do like mechanics like these. It remembers me like a ghost in Duskwood. In Duskwood, which is like your traditional spooky area in World of Warcraft, there is a house, and this house, basically if you enter the house and you are on a lower level, you will soon figure out that you start dying. For the longest time, nobody knew why it was the chaos. Like, basically, like the house was haunted, but nobody knew why. When Blizzard released Demon Hunters have this thing. It's called Spectral Sight. If you use it, you basically see your enemies around you, and even if they are hidden, if they are like behind the walls, you can still see everything. You can even see like rogues in stealth and all of the good things. Some demon hunter went to this house and used the spectral sight. It turned out this house is filled with ghosts. These ghosts are invisible, untargetable, and they just damaging everybody who gets into aggro range. You cannot kill them. Even as a demon hunter, even if you see them, you cannot kill them. But this answers the question, what is going on in this house? It is filled with ghosts. It's literally haunted. I think it's pretty cool. It is creepy? Yes, it is creepy. I agree with it. It's still pretty cool. And I love that you can actually see them as demon hunter. This is some like interaction that I would not expect. So they went out of their way to make it, to make Spectral Sight. Or maybe they didn't. Maybe it was just an oversight. But oversight that is working, so it's good regardless. Have you recovered the relay data? Yes, I have. Even with my brain damage. The Protectorate's reason for existence is now fully realized. The Eternium are not here to hunt Dimensius. They are here to become the Void. They are manipulating the Void energy at this Mana Forge to bond their own energy into creatures known as Nexus Stalker. They are undoubtedly using a proto-accelerator to complete the transformation. There is a lot of technical mumbo-jumbo of the fictional science that I don't understand at all. The Ethereum are using the Void energy to turn themselves into an abomination known as Nexus Stalker. We must destroy the Mana Forge energy tube to powering the proto-accelerator. I'm sending one of my demolitions out of demolitionists out to place a disruption device just to make sure no harm comes to him, and as he placing the disruptor. Keep him protected. He will not fight back if enemies attack him, as he is only holographic image, but the image can be destroyed.
Unthinkable, but true. The Ethereum was attempting to embrace the very same void that had destroyed the ethereal homeworld so long ago. Oh, their efforts had to be stopped.
It is too fast.
By the second son of Karash, look at this place. I can only imagine what Salhadar is planning. Come on, let's keep going. With this much void, waste and runoff, a toxic void horror can be too far behind. I see. I don't know what you're talking about, buddy. I didn't take the void physics in high school.
I need to get closer.
Look there, Fleshling. Salhadar's conduits. He's keeping well fed. I think we killed Salhadar in War Within. Actually, he was one of. It was like the one of the last bosses. Or was it the last boss even? The last boss was Dimensius. What am I talking about? All right, keep me protected while I plant this disruptor. This shouldn't take very long. Okay, if you say so. We are popular, so already 2 funds show up. Looks like my working is done. Report back to the hollow image of Amir over to the transporter. Okay, will do. Will do. That was nice and easy, wasn't it? Boop. Oh, shoot. I didn't read the quest text. Oh my god, I'm sorry. I have in my possession another disruptor, one capable of destroying the 3 conduits that surround Salhadar. Once the conduits are destroyed, Salhadar's protective force fields will be down. For this act, he will strike at you with ferocity you have never before witnessed. If you are willing to get rid of the ward of Salhadar, I will give you the disruptor. Okay, sure. Give me. Well, oh, he disappeared. Okay, never mind. Let's summon him again. Salhadar's power conduits. Alright, let's go. I wouldn't be able to climb this wall, but the enemies apparently can. Just because they want to get to me. That's interesting. Okay, can I place the last one, please? Please, come on. There we go. There we go. And that's it. Can we... Did it work? Okay. Prepare to enter Oblivion, meddlers. You have unleashed a god. Yeah, I don't know about that, Mr. Salhadar. If you were a god, you were a very weak god, to be honest. Because you're already toast, but still. Is he really dead? Destroyed? It has been 1,000 years, maybe more, since Salhadar began his crusade to exterminate all that would stand in his way. I can hardly believe that this is the last we'll see of him. Yeah, it's not. You have done all of us great service, Xianel, and for that you will be rewarded. Xianel is the name of my character.
There was an even greater threat to contend with. Dimensius. Greetings. Tread lightly. Long ago, Dimensius shattered the ethereal homeworld of Karesh. And now, he threatened Outland as well. The Protectorate would not let this happen.
Atop Mana Fortunis lies the tier in the Nether that Void Lord Dimensius came through. The tier provides Dimensius with link to the Void, rendering him immune to physical harm. If we can get a lock on the conduit that Dimensius is using to keep himself phased out of this plane of existence, we can destroy it and then destroy Dimensius. To do this, we are going to first need you to collect fragments of Dimensius from the Void creatures that he sends out to do his dirty work. Okay, just 4 pieces is enough. Easy enough, I hope. Okay, so just like these big ones. I think it might be these big ones. Okay, I already have 2.
I need to target something first.
3. Please give me 1. Ah, of course not. Lovely. Now with the 4 pieces we can go back. Hello? Have you collected enough fragments? Yes, I have. Excellent. With these fragments, we can calibrate a bomb that will destroy the Void conduit atop Ultris. With the Void conduit destroyed, Dimensius' connection between the Void will be severed and he will be left defenseless. Your brave actions have forced Amir to react. He has deployed Captain Said and the Avengers. Oh no, not the Avengers. Now all that's left to do is destroy the Menzies. When you're ready, I will call for Sahid if he is not currently fighting another battle. He will be waiting orders from you directly east from here. Let him know when you are ready to fight and he will put his troops in motion. I wish you luck, Fleshling. We have hunted Dimensius for thousands of years. Yeah, you have hunted him for thousands of years, and then you let some like weirdo, some random weirdo who just came along to finish it.
That gave Dimensius a link to the void and physical immunity. Only then could they launch a final assault.
Fleshling, I am Captain Said of the Protectorate, and the soldiers that stand by me are my Avengers. We wait orders from the Fleshling who destroyed the Void Conduit. On that Fleshling's word, we will make our way up to the Mencius' lair and wait for the word to make the final strike. Too long it has been. The Void Lord will soon face our combined might. I am that Fleshling, Sahid. Let's go. Quite frankly, I do have like one thing that I disagree about this like Ethereal story. It's not really giving us too many answers about Ethereals themselves, and it's more about just the conflict between Ethereals and the Dimensius so far. I guess he's inside. Is he inside? Maybe I just need to go to him and tell him I'm ready. I would really just rather know how they came to be, you know? But this is not Dimensius, this is just some Void Raid. Oh, there he is. He looks smaller. Time only has meaning to mortals, insects. Dimensius is infinite. Okay, so with Dimensius dead, I would need to... I didn't miss any route, did I? No. Let's just fly back. There's someone around here, no? There we go. For 1,000 of years, all we have known is conflict. We have defended our people from the attacks of both void creatures and ethereal ally. Now, one of our most hated enemies lies dead, finally. I give you the thanks of 100 million ethereals, Fleshling.
It was done. The Mencius was defeated. Though some questioned whether he was truly gone.
Spoiler alert, we know he wasn't, because we literally had to fight him again, and he's still not dead. We just captured him in the...
How does today find you?
in the Xalatat's little trinket.
Eyes open. Always.
With Salhadar and Dimensius defeated, it seemed that the largest problem facing the Ethereals had at last been resolved.
Every good story needs a hero.
While the Protectorate of Outland may have stopped Dimensius and Salhadar, the Ethereum remained. And as Salhadar had wished, they chose to embrace the void. Not just embrace it, become it. It twisted them into shadows of themselves, consumed with the pursuit of power. But there was one ethereal, Locus Walker, that sought to harness the void for more altruistic purposes. his history is entwined with an elf from our world, Valeria Windrunner.
James the Ethereum may have sought the void for the sake of power, but one ethereal learned to wield it for more altruistic purposes. Greetings.
I really hope my game didn't crash here. Yeah, it did not.
He
Good.
would have us believe we first met Locust Walker on Argus, where he reunited with his former student, Valeria Windrunner.
Locust Walker taught me all that I know about the Void, and he still has more to teach me. If he is here, then the Ethereal's presence only intrigues me further. I had thought him the only one of his kind, but now that I have seen another tangling with the Void, come, we must play this game. If he wants to learn what he knows, he appears to have gone towards the Umbra Hollows to the north.
Farewell. This way.
Don't worry. I'm running along. Did she disappear? Looks like she did disappear. Okay, there we go.
I have something I want to show you, but we mustn't be seen. Follow.
Explain yourself first.
Such impatience. I believe you will find the answers you seek on the other side.
We'll see. Okay. Oh, interesting. So, and that guy was tough for some reason. Took me ages to kill him. Maybe over there?
I return to the void.
Is this a nether gate? It looked like it for sure.
Show an intruder. My, what is this? How oblivion? My, what is this?
I sense...
Man, I grabbed the whole freaking cave. I just hope they won't like push me out of the void or something. They look like the kind they could. Maybe that's why I have so much health. Okay, what is this then? I will not give Locust Walker his satisfaction of disrupting our efforts. Capture him at all costs. Do what you like with the Fleshling and her ally. They are of no concern. Oh, buddy. Oh boy. If only you knew how wrong you are,
I
right?
had hoped to find at least one promising soul on this rock. My.
I have not turned away from that. Nearly there.
Okay, I don't know what was happening, but... Interesting. I think they actually kicked me out of the void. That's why I need to restart it. It's fine. There we go.
How did you manage that?
Oh, come on now.
My.
Okay, never mind. It actually ported me much closer. So that's
How
good.
did you manage that?
No way, man. Am I supposed to go through then?
How did you manage that?
Oh my god. I don't know how I keep managing that. Maybe I'll just go around.
My. What is...
I need to finish what I started, Locust Walker.
Can you go? With your...
What are you talking about?
He's talking about your husband. That's what he's talking about. Okay, let's deliver the quest. Valeria seems momentarily speechless.
We do what we must.
I think I understand what he was trying to show us. I feel a surge of power build ahead. They must be cultivating the void, calling it here. We need to stop them before they plunge this entire city into shadow. Find the source and cut it off by any means necessary. Locust Water and I have unfinished business to attend to.
Keep your Terralion trusts me to make hard decisions, and I him.
I am not talking about trust. How can you expect to embrace the shadow with the light shining so brightly at your side?
Without the light, there is no shadow, teacher.
Okay. As you have surely gathered by now, a certain subset of my people have tragically succumbed to the call of the void. I had hoped to find more who possess the necessary strength of mind. I am disappointed to find such an utter lack of resistance. It cannot be helped. To advance your cause and mine, we will need to eradicate these weak-willed beings. Slay 15 Shadow Guard. Okay, Shadow Guard's fine. 5 Void Harvester deactivated. Got it.
The void welcomes.
I guess I will just aim for the gates straight up. So that's one down. We need 4 more. Yep. Boop. Lurk, lurk, lurk. Sure. Thanks for lurking, Spooby. I'm gonna be honest, like, the way they put these Lorewalking quests together, it's a little bit longer.
Locust Walker had hoped that there were others of his kind interested in his studies, but the Shadow Guard were too far gone. They had let the call of the void consume.
They're much longer than you expected, yeah.
This was all the evidence
It's because they are like incorporating the other quests into it. The other quests that they already had prepared.
Yet, perhaps it was worth the danger.
And that is why you feel like it's a little bit longer, because there are some quests you need to follow. And these quests tend to be pretty hefty sometimes. Alright. Okay, we can deliver the quest now.
Greetings.
We buy time, but nothing more. Okay. It's that's some pessimistic attitude there, Valeria. It is good to know we can share a common goal. Perhaps I will find some use for your kind yet.
Do go.
After some consideration, I have decided to allow Alleria another opportunity to pursue her destiny. I suppose you want to know what that means, mortal. Locus Walker laughs. Meet us deep in the Shadow Guard camp ahead. My brethren and are preparing someone that will provide adequate energy for Windrunner to begin again. Witness what happens when you harness the voice power.
Flesh is fickle. Well, Windrunner, what say you?
Show me the path. I am ready to walk it.
Right this way.
I wonder. The name of the opponent we are going to is pretty interesting. Nalatot. Nalatot, okay. It does sound like Salatat. What the hell even is she? We will find out soon enough though. Well.
I need to get closer.
There you go. Look at him. Such a beautiful boy.
Yes. This specimen will do.
That thing!
Prepare yourself, Olivia. Focus your mind. Remember your training.
Okay, shut it down. I thought she's going to be siphoning it, but
Wretched darkness.
Be sure to collect our prize, Fleshling. I will tend to Illyria.
oh, so what are we collecting? Heart of Nalatot.
The heart of a demigod. This is no mere token, Illyria. Take it, and you will be one step closer to your destiny.
I understand. Thank you. Both of you.
I see the path clearly now.
Farewell.
Alleria takes the heart in her hands. This is the next step. Thank you for bringing me to this point.
Keep your gaze fixed on your target.
Hello. Farewell.
Locus Walker's intentions do indeed seem to be good, too. There are those who question both him and Alleria to this day.
Unlike the Shadow God, Locus Walker mastered the void without succumbing to its whispers. And he then taught Alleria how to do the same.
Interesting. Now we will talk about the brokers from the Shadowlands. Ah, Shadowlands. Oh my god. The Ethereals are most fascinating indeed. But in my studies, I have encountered another race of creatures who share many similarities with the Ethereals. I feel we should speak to them as well, the brokers. They share a nomadic nature, a desire to collect rare and unusual antiquities, and penchant for trade. Yet the brokers do not exist on Nazaroth. Instead, they dwell in the Shadowlands, the land of the dead. And not anymore, technically, because they moved their market to Karesh, so at this day and age, they are actually living in Nazaroth. Or rather, in Karesh, but like...
Interestingly, the Ethereals share many of their unique traits with another group we have encountered. The Brokers.
Every good story needs a hero.
The Brokers were first encountered not in any ordinary city, but in Oribos, a city in the realm of death. There, they offered trade, bargains, and opportunities.
Let's see those trade bargains and opportunities, shall we? Welcome, Warwalker. Please avail yourself of our amenities. Or as our gracious host might say, may the purpose be your way. The Alicat of Oribos.
I know our endeavors
Emma Walker, I have a
will prove
message.
profitable.
An individual has a proposition for you specifically. I know nothing of the details, Only that they asked you meet them towards the back of the Idylla. Idylla? It's a weird name.
Offers infinite opportunities.
That's fine. Is it over here? No, son. Oh, maybe it is. Okay, there we go.
You have arrived.
Hello, hello. It's a pleasure to meet you. Pleasure to meet you too, Aldeliel.
I am Aldeliel, a humble collector of artifacts, here to present you with an opportunity.
Insider trading.
Solier of Cartel Soul seeks to acquire a dangerous relic. It would benefit us both if she did not.
I am the foremost expert on broker culture. Our relationship between cartels are complicated and unstable. Cartel Soul holds a small presence here in Oribos, which means the other cartels may have knowledge that I do not. Ask around with your renowns. Surely they'll have whatever information that we are missing.
Let me know if you need anything.
Can we take this quest, please?
Thanks you for your patronage.
Things best kept in dark.
Good luck with your adventures.
The leader of Cartel Soul represents a grave danger for the Shadowlands, Warcraft. Her name is Solia. She seeks to assemble an artifact of the first ones and uses power for selfish ends. Pieces of the relic are said to be hidden on your homeworld. Brokers have never before found our way there. But if Solia does, then Azeroth too is imperiled. We must intercept her. There is a cargo nearby marked for Cartel Soul. Perhaps the manifest will guide us. Perhaps the manifest will give us clues to their leader's whereabouts.
Cartel Al thanks you for your patronage.
Okay, so now
Let me know if you need anything.
proceed after the knowledge. Through here, maybe. And I haven't been here for so long, and I don't really miss it. As a city, the Oribos was cool, but damn, I hate Shadowlands. Such a bad expansion.
You have my undivided attention.
Welcome to our bazaar, my friend. We are here to serve. What the hell? Domesticated creature. They don't even have a name, they just call it domesticated creature. It's just a creature, okay. Welcome to the bazaar, my friend. We are here to serve. What can you tell me about Cartel Soul?
Cartel Ta avoids meddling in the affairs of others. It is to protect business. I am sure you understand.
Yeah, sure, whatever. Dude, they have undead monkey in here. It's literally skeleton monkey. I've heard about skeleton key, I've never heard about skeleton monkey. Let's be honest. Right.
All goods and services
Mawalker,
for sale.
how may I be of service to one of our kind? I trust my kin have found ways to make your stay here more comfortable. Like you, this is a temporary home for us. It seems our purposes have intersected here. What can you tell me about Cartel Soul?
Remember, we have little to gain from lesser cartels. Whatever Cartel Al and Cartel So are bickering over, it is not our concern.
Okay. Well, fine then, I guess. I wonder, do they like do not want to tell me, or do they just really don't know? It's hard to tell. Anyway,
Everything is negotiable.
what can you tell me about Cartel Soul?
You struck a hard bargain.
It seemed as though the different broker cartels were just as varied as the Ethereals, as was each cartel's motive for doing business.
Thank you, Joe, for interrupting his information, actually. Oh, he just shoo me away. He didn't even want it to answer. Okay. Got it.
You have my
Welcome, stranger.
attention.
We are at your service. What can you tell me about Cartel Soul?
You have been seen with Aldalim. A word of caution. Choose your friends carefully, and your enemies more so.
Well, that's it? Okay. So basically nobody gave me any information that we could use. But I'm sure it's going to be fine. I do have a feeling that, like, Solya is a boss in the dungeon, no? Okay, so what's this? Are we gonna get ambushed?
You there!
We do.
That is the property of Cartel Soul!
Well, it's no longer though. And now we're going to ride to deliver our quest. You have actually no idea if it's a boss. Isn't it the one that we faced in Mythic Plus version of the same thingy? During the War Within? When we were going with Gildies? The one in the market, in the Wild Market. I think that might be her. Well, I guess we'll see pretty soon.
In need of a guide?
How rude! They should be aware who they are talking to. I apologize for my kin, mall worker.
Good luck with your adventures.
Have you found anything? Okay. Tazavesh, the Wild Market. An interesting choice of locations.
Farewell, my friend.
We brokers have found that it is in our best interest to remain mobile and discreet. A number of our cities and outposts are tucked away in the in-between, capable of moving from place to place. Much to my chagrin, it seems I have lost track of Tazavesh. I believe our best course of action is to ask Cartel Ta for access. They pride themselves on keeping track of such things. Let's try our luck with those at the night market in Revendreth. They may be more forthcoming than their Oribos kin. Okay.
Tazavesh can be an elusive city to reach.
Right.
But surely, someone at the night market will aid our journey.
The night market resided in Revendreth, another land of the dead. It was also, perhaps, the place where coordinates for the mysterious city of Tazavesh could be found.
Okay. Here we go. Man, Revendreth is the coolest thing in the whole Shadowlands. Just look at this zone. Just see it in this cartoonish, Castlevania-esque like location. It's been by far my favorite. It was really fun to explore all of this, to be perfectly honest.
More Walker. My friends here have been unusually taciturn. Perhaps you will have better luck. I live to serve, More Walker.
Ah, greetings, Mawalker. Have you come to barter? I have many identities in my possessions that could be yours for the right price.
Always a pleasure.
Will you seek information that requires transaction?
Come back if you need anything.
While I indeed know the location of the Wild Market, I fear I can do little in terms of providing you with transportation to it. In return for your assistance with the task, I can send you to someone who can assist us both. There is a bounty hunter at the transfer station Ta, a broker enclave in Bastion. He is better suited to help you, and he owes me a shipment. Meet with Taoku and tell him that Tanla sent you. For your convenience, I can offer use of a portal. After all, we are partners, yes?
Your help is
Lovely.
most appreciated.
Lovely, lovely.
I am quite overwhelmed at the moment, as you can see.
Why are you terrorizing this poor guy, though? Anyway, give me the portal. Where is the portal?
And wealth to you.
Where is the portal? Oh, never mind. I see it. It's downstairs. Okay. All right, partner. Let's use your portal.
Information was not so easily procured. Thus began a journey to yet another realm of the dead. This time, the idyllic hills of Bastion, home of the winged Kyrian.
I'm not gonna lie, this is the worst part of the whole Lorewalking so far. Freaking chores and freaking Shadowlands, man. It couldn't be worse than this.
For you, I offer only the finest.
Tanla requested something very specific on behalf of a client. The Kyrian have been working on a new type of Centurion they call an Aquilon. I sent some of our trade specialists to retrieve the prototype in question, but they have yet to return. Until I have the item, there is obviously no way I can ship it to Tanla. Perhaps we can help one another. If you locate the Aquilon and bring it here, I will help you reach Tazavesh.
Your patronage is always appreciated.
Okay, where is it? Is it here? No. It's just some bird.
It seems we may have to use force. I'm excited to see it.
Okay, now you can see it in action. Now we can fly around and stuff.
That is not. I acquired some blueprints from one of the smugglers. Why did you do that? That is not what I said.
Okay.
A sharp strike to the head always works. Buttons! Quickly, the buttons!
Oh, I need to follow his annoying advices. Lovely.
A sharp strike to the head always works.
Bonk. Yeah, I'm bonking him. I'm bonking him so hard.
Buttons! Quickly, the buttons!
Beep.
Buttons! Quickly, the buttons!
Yeah. Stop freaking out. Are we doing what we need to do now? Oh, we're flying somewhere. I hope we survived this though. Oh, there we go. Alright. Fine. That was easy.
May I tempt you with
Perfect.
my
This will
wares?
this will put us back on schedule.
Perhaps now
Your side of the deal is done, Mowalker. Now for your payment. My cartel runs a ferry. My cartel runs a ferry that travels.
I have a way I can travel beside you unrecognized. We will meet aboard the ferry.
My cartel runs a ferry that travels between Oribos and Tazavesh. Its purpose is to transport cargo, but as in all things, there are exceptions. Take the coin to this coin to Tamari, and you will be provided safe passage to the market. What happens after that is up to you. Tauku bows utterly a sound that seems almost like a chuckle.
It was time to return to Oribos. Let's have Mishi take us there. Passage to Tazavesh was gained at last.
Tell me what you need, my friend.
Ma Walker, what can humble Tamari do for you?
I know
We show him the coin? Let me guess, Tauku sent you my way. Tamari looks at the coin you offer. So you seek travel to Zavesh. Not something you typically offer an outsider, but since payment has been accounted for, it would be my pleasure to assist you. Step aboard and do remember to keep any appendages inside the craft at all times. The currents of the in-between can be fickle.
That is the ultimate transaction.
Okay,
It is clear.
take me to Tazavash then.
A barge capable of traversing the in-between. It is technology such as this that reminds me of the ethereals, my friend.
It's such a wonderful barge though. Look at this. Even though I wouldn't be sitting like this if you just there is big nothing. It's not even like an ocean, you're just literally floating in space. And there we go, even though this place is now on Karash. They literally flew the whole city there. Which is kinda amazing. Alright. Perfect. Perfect.
Al-Dalil was a most curious soul, but he offered a way into the city and a deeper look at the inner workings of Broca culture.
What exactly do you require?
Halt. Only citizens and registered clients are allowed through this entrance. I seek entrance to Tazovish.
All non-citizens must accept the required customs check.
We must tend to a matter of great importance inside. Perhaps an exception can be made?
All non-citizens must accept the required customs check.
See, this is the reason why everybody hates this expansion.
Customs it is. Follow me, Warwalker.
There is so many cool things. But everything is like being dumbed down by the quests and everything you do in here. It's everything is such a drag, everything is so bloated. But it wasn't the purpose of this stream. We are here for the lore, so let's learn some more. No worries, I have another plan. Okay.
Would eventually gain
Thank you, Cho. Thank you.
And put an end to Solea's scheme. But that is a story for another time.
Okay, so
For now, there is another Broca of whom we must speak. Her name was Venari. Much like Al-Dalil, she worked on her own, and she required our aid.
no way, dude.
How does
No. Don't make me do the chores in Cortia, dude. Let's just make it fast. Let's just talk to her once and be done with it. We're a freaking Cortia. Oh my god. Okay. It is preferable when an investment pays off. Okay, that's great entrance. Ease of passage. Cortia is ripe with opportunity. Look at all these intriguing objects. In anticipation of such wonders, I have come prepared. Let us find a suitable location and establish more permanent connection between this place and my refugee. Our work together is not yet finished. Establish the connection between Cortia and Venari's refugee. Okay, lovely.
I will detain you no longer. We have need of open space, but not too exposed to prying eyes. This will do. Now, Warwalker, kindly activate the device. It worked. As I knew it would, of course. Oh dear, I seem to have left my bag in that musty cave. Retrieve it from me and we shall depart.
Let Mishi free you from your burdens and make this trip more quickly.
I love how they are now self-aware. They know how it sucked. It's just...
Venari was unusual indeed. She resided in the Maw, the darkest, most dangerous part of the realm of death. Still,
Look at the
an
chains, though.
alliance was built with her
So awesome.
over time. And although it was unlikely she would call anyone friend, those that did her the most favors were the ones most favored in turn.
There you are. I trust my bag isn't too heavy for you. Come along then. We have much to do. Have you come to trade or to waste your breath?
I'll take my back now, if you have it.
Will that be all?
A worthwhile trip that has opened so many possibilities. Venari digs through the heavy bag and pulls out a few unusual objects.
Discover more secrets.
Interesting.
Then
Aural
we can talk.
sequencer and ethereal cloak. You hang on to those, Xehanort.
very
I have suspicion that they will prove useful. Ah, and something special for me as well. If I'm not mistaken, and I'm so rarely, this is a projectional mechanism. Very handy. And was this a transportation device in some kind? We should test it immediately. By we, of course, I mean you.
Trust not what you
Was it
see
even your
anymore.
bag? Did we steal somebody's others' belongings?
You were transferred, yes?
Well, kinda, yeah. But I'm still kinda like a falling, you know.
Interesting. I've made an adjustment to the device to modify the destination coordinates.
So we have to do it again. Alright, I see.
Yes. This projection device is already proving useful. Now, about that travel attempt of yours.
Yes.
Do try again.
Okay, sure.
Find anything of interest, Moonwalker?
It is as if I'm right here with you, exploring, with no risks for me.
Return only.
This projection is certainly useful, a safe landing, I perceive.
Procure something of value.
Greetings. Jade Serpent guide you. Hello.
Wait, there is one. Is he here for real? He doesn't seem like part of the story.
Tread lightly.
I find it fascinating indeed how much these two races have in common, don't you?
Jade. Oh? Who is this?
An excellent tale, and pertinent. Venari has need of your aid, hero.
Really?
You are needed.
I apologize for interrupting your conversation, mortal, but it was your discussion that drew Venari's attention. She hears much, after all, especially when her name is involved. I have been sent with the object for you to deliver to Locust Walker. He is an ethereal that dwells within the Teleros Rift. I believe the Void Elves of your world also reside there. There is no need to travel. I will provide you a portal to where you must go. Will you assist her in this task? Yeah, sure.
Thank you. I do not recommend you keep her waiting.
So all of this, like this Lorewalking is canonically before the Karash and the fight with the Menzius and all that. Because the Locust Walker is still alive, etc. Hello. Oh. We have Shadow Guard incoming. Okay. Can you guys? I'm just a delivery guy. Okay. I'm just bringing Locust Walker some pizza. Leave me alone. Okay, I guess they're done.
What is that you carry, mortal?
A delivery for me. This is most curious. Very well, let me have it then. And you have my thanks for helping me defend off these shadow guards.
May you keep your sanity.
A broker sent you with this device, and they were sent to you by Venari. This does not bode well. Okay. Witness the conversation with Locust Walker. Okay.
Oh, as I suspected, the Shadow Guard are after you as well?
I have not seen you since the destruction of our world, as I preferred it.
So it is confirmed. The brokers and the ethereals are the same race.
Yet unfortunate as it may be, it seems we must work together one last time. Come, we have much to discuss. As for you, my capable courier, return to your storyteller with my thanks.
Interesting. Okay. So ethereals are indeed brokers. My understanding is that the ethereals are more affiliated to Void, and brokers are just holding together by some different magic. But it would seem that all of them have been stripped of their bodies. So all of them are kind of ethereals, so that makes brokers ethereals too. Maybe let's not dive too much into the details. With this, we are concluding our story of ethereals. We have 2 more stories to go.
And the brokers both hail from Karesh? Is it possible they were once one people?
It's most possible, Cho, yeah.
Fascinating.
It is, kind of.
Although the ethereals are not the most forthcoming, their history is one of survival in the face of horrors beyond imagining. Their world was destroyed, yet they still managed to thrive. Perhaps one day we will learn more of their story. But for now, we must admire their resilience and strive for it ourselves.
Okay.
And now, I shall add this final chapter you uncovered to my tale. Thank you, my friend.
Don't worry about it. I'm happy to contribute, you know. Veni vidi venari. That's actually good. So Locust Walker and Venari knew each other. Are you certain, my friend? It seems my research was not unfounded after all. I sought to expand your knowledge of the ethereals, but you have expanded mine instead. You have my thanks. And we're gonna get... Take an appearance of a Kareshi. So it's Karishi Memory Crystal. Nice. And new notes from Lorewalker Cho. So this was... This was the story of ethereals. We'll have 2 more stories to go. That is the story of Xalatat right here. And then in here, the recap of the War Within. But I'm getting pretty tired. So before that starts showing on my stream, I think we will end our stories right here. And we will finish those 2 stories tomorrow. It should be pretty quick stream. I'll give it like 2 hours tops to these 2 stories. I think depends how the War Within one is long. I know that Xalatat, while being very interesting, is well crafted and not too long. So this is something I'm actually looking forward to play again, because I played through this again. This was the Xalatat story was actually my testing kind of run, when I try to look how these Lorewalking things look, and if they're like streamable, if we can make videos out of it, anything like that. Turns out pretty well. So ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for being here for the Lorewalking stories today. Me and Alastis, we will chop these 2 pieces and create more coherent videos out of this. So if you are interested in the lore of these things that we were being through today, be it Arthas or ethereals, or maybe the Blood Elves and the Void Elves, it will be on my channel in next weeks to come. And for the other things, I will be here tomorrow again with more stories, and after that we will probably play something relaxing. I would say that after we're done with these 2 stories, I will just go play something like Hrot or maybe Warframe or something nice where I can interact with people. I do like Hrot, the game. That is an amazing game, but I'm not going to be nerding about it too much. I've already nerded about it on those 2 streams that I played that game. But yeah, it is pretty much a great game. Now, the last thing to do right now is actually to choose somebody we are going to raid and bless them with your presence. So if you have somebody you would like to recommend to me to raid right now, you can write in the chat. Otherwise, I will find somebody. I can raid Paddy. You know what? I think I can. Yeah, I think I can raid Paddy. Let me just check who from these we are following is online. Tabby is learning Warhammer 40k lore though. So it will be like thematic to from one like lore stream into other lore stream. No? What do you mean no? What do you mean no, Alastis? What do you have against for Warhammer for 40k? He is deep in making his Google Doc based on a lore video. And why is that a bad thing? Like, why is that a bad thing? You know? Friday horror game. That's a nice idea, actually. All right. I'm gonna do what Alistair said. Let's rate our boy Irish Paddy. He is dancing hard in Fortnite, so that's going to be a pretty light-hearted fun for all of us. Once again, thank you all so much for being here. Thank you all so much for watching, for chatting. I hope you enjoyed some of the Warcraft stories. I know that this stream was a little bit less engaging, but if you enjoy World of Warcraft stories, it was probably entertaining. If you do not, then I can imagine it was boring, so sorry about that. But then again, it is what it is, right? I have a goal. I want to stream all of those. But with that said, guys, we are rating our boy Irish Paddy, the best dancer in Fortnite and singer of Fortnite or whatever you would call it that I know of. And he's a pretty cool guy. You can also often find him playing with his friends Arc Raiders, and I just love when they play Arc Raiders. They're just watching each other's back and they're friendly to other players, and it's just marvel to watch. So yeah, it's just you know his Irish accent can be a little bit heavy, so it's kind of funny to listen. But he is on fire whenever he is doing those songs. Like his score is unbelievable. So without further ado, we are raiding right now. I will see you all tomorrow. I don't think there are any relations to the Paddy UFC guy, dude. He's called like Irish Paddy, so maybe UFC Ireland. I don't know. We'll see. Guys, we are raiding. See you later.